Good evening. Welcome to Barnett Stadium on the campus of Middletown High School for tonight's high school state playoff game between the Princeton Vikings and the Anderson Redskins. With me right now is Coach Soriano. Coach, thanks for joining us. First of all, how was your week's practice this week?
We had a good week of preparation. The kids practiced real hard. We got a lot of things done, and I think we're mentally and physically prepared for this football game.
Good. No problem focusing on a situation, not being in awe of the Princeton Vikings or anything like that?
No, not at all. We know they're a good football team, but we feel we're a good football team, and we're going to be ready to play.
Good. Weather's kind of not cooperating tonight. How do you think it's going to affect the game?
I really don't know yet because the field's still hard. It just depends on how slick the ball gets and how wet the players get. But we both seem to be run-oriented football teams, so I don't know how much it'll affect it.
Tell me a little bit what you know about Princeton.
Well, I think Princeton has great speed, team speed, and they have good size. They're very well coached. They run the option very well, the dive option, and defensively they play a 50. So, they're a good football team.
You're just going to stay with what you've done all year, has been successful, and try to win a game that way. Is that correct?
Pretty much so, yeah. This isn't a time to come and change. We're gonna go with what got us here.
Right. Congratulations, Coach, on a great year so far, and good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
We'll be back in a minute for starting lineups.
Welcome back to Barnett Stadium on the campus of Middletown High School for history in the making as the Anderson High School Redskins play their first football playoff game in the history of the school as they take on the Princeton Vikings. Hello everybody, along with Brad Ellis, I'm Greg Ellis, and thanks for joining us for our big tournament game here tonight between the Redskins and the Vikings. And once again, thanks go to the Anderson High School boosters for making this broadcast possible. We do appreciate it. Let's go right into the starting lineups for tonight's game. First for Anderson on offense. Number 1 is the quarterback, Jason Bell. The running backs are number 44, Jason Druso, and number 33, Joe Dunn. The split ends are number 25, Fred Woods, and number 2, Steve Sumner. At tight end is number 49, Pat Hines. The tackles are number 53, Jeff Hast, number 72, Alex Lira. The guards is number 55, Steve Adams, and number 64, Dan Gunyon. At center is number 63, Brett Harrison. For Princeton on defense, the nose man is number 91, Ron Griswold. The tackles are number 96, Kerry Williams, and number 98, Darnell Howard. The linebackers are number 63, Lawrence Hawkins, number 82, Gary Crawley, number 99, Agunada Brookins.
What was that?
Agunada, we'll call him A. Brookins. And number 97, Dante Hardy. The cornerbacks are number 36, Nate Johnson, and number 37, Jeremiah Trammell. The free safety is number 12, Mario Strayhorn, and the strong safety is number 39, John Baker. Brad, we have a awful field conditions tonight, but boy, what a night for Anderson.
You're right, Greg. As you can see from our camera shot, it's been snowing up here at Middletown, and while the field looks like it's a little slippery, as Coach Soriano said before in our interview, that it is still hard underneath, and if it doesn't snow anymore, it probably won't be that bad. But you've got to think that with the just phenomenal speed that Princeton has, the slippery conditions might favor the Redskins.
Well, as Coach Soriano said a couple times during the week in the Inquirer and in the Journal, Anderson's not played a team with Princeton's quickness, and as I said in the paper this morning, Princeton relies on that speed, especially on defense. Defense is their long suit, and it should be an interesting battle between the Anderson offense and the Princeton defense. But field conditions, as we say, as you can probably tell from our camera shot there by our cameraman Mark Mayhall, we've got a lot of snow on the field, and most of the yard markers are not visible. So once again tonight, we're going to be guessing as to what yard line we're on, but we'll do the best we can for you. Before we get started, we want to thank the Anderson Boosters again for sponsoring us. Our producer Tim Pennington, our cameraman Mark Mayhall, our spotter Ed Barth, and our statistician Steve Martin. Anderson has lost the coin flip, and they will kick off to Princeton. And what an exciting night for Anderson. And history in the making, as we say. This is their first playoff appearance in the history of the school. And Brad, I'm sure in the entire Cincinnati area, Princeton has looked on as a heavy favorite in this game. And if there's ever a time for Anderson to stand up and show what Vince Soriano has done, it's tonight.
That's right, Greg. You know, Princeton has all the tournament or playoff experience. Anderson has none. They say that Anderson has a weaker schedule, and it's really the Redskins has something to prove here, and with a good showing here, it'll quiet some of those doubters for sure. David Lawrence, number 48, set to kick off for the Redskins.
Mike Zellers and Clifford Matthews back to receive the kickoff. There's a squibber down the middle. It's going to be fielded by Zellers. Oh yeah, there's a flag. Let's see what the call was on that.
Well, I don't think they were ready.
Very cold conditions, along with the fact that there's a lot of snow on the ground, and could play a major factor in the game tonight. And apparently they weren't set, so they're going to re-kick it. Once again, back to receive the kickoff for Princeton is number 21, Mike Zellers. He is their offensive threat. And number 22, Clifford Matthews.
David a little anxious, I guess, on that kick. Didn't wait for the referee to blow the whistle.
Let's see if Anderson can get off a good start like they did last week against Harrison. We're all set. Still waiting for the sign from the official. There, he's got it. And we're underway from Middletown. That ball's fielded by Matthews. What about the 15? He's up to the 20, the 25, the 30. He's got an open lane. Oh, he gets all the way up to the 36-yard line.
Nice job there by the Redskins, number 20, Greg Curvall, for making that tackle.
Well, I tell you what, Matthews took that ball all the way up here on this sideline, and he had a lane for a minute there. Greg Curvall with a nice tackle to save what could have been a disastrous start for the Redskins.
Again, the conditions, you have to run down the field a little cautious, and the offense always has the advantage on a slippery field.
Number 6, Andre Thomas, is the quarterback for the Vikings. And on the first carry, he hands to number 23 for the Vikings. That's Telly Anthony. He stopped right in his tracks.
Big start for the Redskins. Jeff Haas right there right away.
Jeff Haas makes a big defensive play on the first play from scrimmage. We'll call it no gain, make it 2nd and 10. And I don't know if you can hear in the background, but boy, I'll tell you what, we have a whole lot of Anderson fans that made this trip up here in this bad weather.
Yeah, Princeton is run by number 23, Telly Anthony, who just had the ball. He gained 785 yards over the season, along with number 21, Mike Zellers, who gained over 1,196 yards.
2nd and 10. This time Thomas keeps the ball, goes through the middle. He's still on the go. Makes a nice cut. He's up to the 50, the 45. He runs out of bounds at about the 42-yard line. Andre Thomas kept that ball in the quarterback option. Was run out of bounds by Aaron Zabo, but boy, what a big play for the Vikings.
That was almost somewhat of a broken play, Greg. They wanted to run the options to the opposite side, and Thomas was aware enough to cut it back, and looked like the Redskins almost overran that play a little bit, opening up the backside here for a nice game for the Vikings.
That was a gain of 26 yards. Takes the ball down to the Anderson 48-yard line, 1st and 10. Thomas appears to be changing the play at the line of scrimmage. There's a handoff to the big fullback. That's Anthony. He gets it through for good yardage up through the middle of that Anderson defense. Stop was made by number 84, Nate Cosman, but boy, another big hole made by that Princeton offensive line. A pick up 9 yards in that play, make it 2nd and 1.
Looks like they're taking it all the way down to the Redskins 29.
Princeton on the go here in the early going. There's
Play.
Anthony again right through the middle. This time he stopped for short yardage, but he does have the first down. Jeff Haas was there to bring him down. But Brad, they're going right through the middle of that Anderson defensive line.
Yeah, they're challenging, after that first stop by the Redskins, they're challenging that middle of the line, and so far, looks like the Vikings have won that battle so far.
Telly Anthony with 3 carries already here in early going. And he was not their featured back. Mike Zellers, number 21, had more yards than he did, but as I'm sure you're aware with the Princeton teams, they always have a good nucleus of runners. 1st and 10. The hand is to Zellers. He's through the right side. Gets up close to the 16-yard line.
Again, they're running right up the middle, Greg. They're running right behind their center is number 66, Zach Sweeney. He's 6'3", 235 pounds, and a legitimate Division I recruit. And, of course, they're running right over their power.
Joe Dunn brought him down, but it was a gain of 6, make it 2nd and 4. Ball resting on the Anderson's 18-yard line. 2nd and 4. The hand is to Zeller, who stopped right in his tracks. Stopped for a little gain. Chris Hayward was there to bring him down along with a host of other Anderson defenders. We'll call it no gain, make it we'll call it a gain of 2 yards. We'll make it 3rd and 2.
First big play of the game for the Redskins defense.
I'm sure this is 2-down territory for the Vikings. Ball rests on the Anderson 16-yard line. They have to get just past the 14 for a first down.
Oh, we had movement.
The hand was to the fullback, Anthony, who was stopped short of the first down. Jeff Haas brought him down, but there was a flag. Let's see who jumped.
Yeah, it looks like the Vikings left tackle, number 78, Jen Smith, moved before the ball was snapped.
We're waiting for the call from the official, and that is the call. And Anderson will take the penalty, although they stopped him for no gain. But this will take it back another 5 yards. And takes it back to the Anderson 20-yard line, where it's going to be 3rd and about 7. That's our first penalty of the game. Here's a big play. Thomas keeps the ball, pitches back to Zeller. Zeller's around the right side. He's got a big hole. He's forward for the first down.
They ran the option to the far side there. Thomas made the pitch to Zellers. Nice lane formed over there. Nice game by the Vikings.
Mike Zellers took that pitch, went on the right side, went forward. He got all the way down to the Anderson 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10. I can't see from here. I believe it's at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, it's a 10.
Now they're taking they must be past the 10. It's 1st and goal.
It's just inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal.
8:30 left here in the first quarter. Vikings on the move. Here's a handoff to the up-back. That's Anthony, who's stopped for a little gain. That time the Anderson defense was there to stop him, led by number 70, Jeremy Streck.
They've run everything right up the middle, Greg, so far until they go to that option.
They have yet to put the ball up yet. Yeah. Anthony now with 4 carries for 16 yards. 2nd and goal, ball on the 9-yard line. This would be a good place for Anderson to stiffen up and hold him. Once again, Princeton taking a lot of time setting up this play. And Thomas pitches back to Zellers. Zellers is stopped. Fred Woods met him at the line of scrimmage, run him out of bounds.
Nice job. Redskins ready for that option. Stopped it for a short gain, bring up 3rd and goal.
Let's see where they mark the ball. They're going to mark it at about the...
Looks like about the 5.
The 5-yard line.
Just outside the 5.
So it'll be 3rd and goal at the 5-yard line. Two down territory, Brad.
Absolutely. You can see where they're also getting down to the part of the field where there's a lot of snow. Not real good conditions to get your footing.
Your feeding?
Feeding or both of them.
3rd and goal. Ball. They put it on the 6-yard line. 3rd and goal. Here's a big play for the Skins. Thomas keeps the ball. He's hit by Joe Dunn. He's stopped.
Joe Dunn and Nate Kosman stopping Andres Thomas.
They'll bring up a 4th and goal, and they mark it at the 6 for a no gain.
Looks like they mark it just inside the 5.
They mark it just inside the 5. So it's 4th and goal, and boy, here is a big play.
Looks like they're going for a field goal, Greg.
They are indeed going for a field goal. So the Redskins, let's see if they go for the field goal. We could look for a fake here. On to attempt the field goal is number 14. That's Mike Connor. He's one of the leading kickers in the city.
This will be a 22-yard attempt.
Snap is good. The kick is booted. It's up. It's far enough.
No good. All right. The Redskins have held.
The Redskins have held him. Mike Connor got a lot of foot behind that ball, but he was just wide to the right. So with 6:54 left in the first quarter, the Redskins will take over 1st and 10 with the ball on their own 20-yard line.
Right, since it's inside the 20 for the field goal attempt, They bring it out to the 20 to start. And great job by the Redskin defense. They bent a little but didn't break. Big stop inside the red zone, inside the 20, and we'll see what the Redskins offense can do now.
That drive by the Vikings covered 5 minutes and 6 seconds and 62 yards, but they got nothing on the scoreboard to show for it. Jason Bell hands to Joe Dunn through the middle in the first play from scrimmage. Joe up to about the 23-yard line, close to the 24. Right through the middle of the line. Tackle's made by the linebacker, A. Brookins. I'm not going to attempt that first name again.
Oh, come on, Greg.
Aganenda. Gain of 4, called 2nd and 6.
Woods and Sabo split right, or Sumner and Sabo split right. Dunn and Druso in the backfield.
And Druso, this first carry through the left side, he's fired for the first down. No, he's just short of the first down.
Nice surge by the left side of the offensive line. Druso takes it up to the 29-yard line. He's about a yard short.
Linebacker Gary Crawley brought him down, but he is a yard short, so that'll be a big third down play coming up here for the Skins. 6 minutes left here in this first quarter, which has been dominated by Princeton, but there's no score on the scoreboard. 3rd and 1, big play for the Redskins.
Ted Brooks in the backfield as a power back for the Redskins. They give it to
Druso through the middle.
Ooh.
He stopped. I don't know if he got it or not. Let's see where they spot the ball. It's going to be depending on where the official marks the ball. Well, I believe he's got it. He's going to mark it just over the 30-yard line. First down.
By the way, he marked it. Anything over the 30-yard line is a first down. A hard-earned first down for the Redskins.
The big tackle for the Vikings, Ron Griswold. I'm sorry, the nose man brought him down. Ron Griswold is 270 pounds, and he is a big man. And he has led this defense all year for Princeton. 1st and 10, ball on the 30-yard line. Jason Bell in at quarterback, calling the signals. This time he keeps the ball. He's going to be stopped behind the line. He faked the handoff to Joe Dunn and kept the ball. It was starting to roll out to the right here.
Dante Hardy, number 97, crashing in on Bell. And Bell had to eat it and not chance any fumble.
That was a loss of 2 yards, bring up a 2nd and 12. Once again, I'm amazed at the number of Anderson people who made the trip up here in this horrible weather.
I'm amazed we have to make this trip when there's so many facilities in Cincinnati, but that's another subject.
Well, a case can be made. 2nd and 12. And this time Bell hands to Druso on a delay. Druso gets forward to about the 31-yard line, a pick of about 3. But he's going to be well short of the first down. Tackle was made by number 91, Ron Griswold, the nose man again.
Big play for the Redskins here, 3rd and long.
3rd and 9. We could see Jason Bell go up top for the first time tonight. Brad, on a night like this with the footing like it is and it's cold, is that favor the passing game or not?
Everybody has to walk gingerly on a field like this, but always the offense has the advantage.
3rd and 9.
Got to watch Dante Hardy on the other side there. He's got 11 sacks this year.
Bell back to pass. He's got to keep the ball. He's going to be stopped about the line of scrimmage. It looked like a play by design, Brad, maybe a quarterback option.
Quarterback draw.
That's what I meant to say.
91, Ron Griswold there to make the tackle, and that'll bring up 4th and 9, and Redskins will have to punt for the first time.
Well, Jason Druso will handle the punting for the Redskins because of the injury earlier in the year to Tim Albers.
Druso's done a good job. Of course, they haven't had to punt that many times.
Back to return the kick, the punt for the Vikings is number 12. That's Andre Thomas. And number 59, here's the punt. It's a good one. That's number 39 for the Vikings. He fields on his 34. And he's going to be stopped on about the 35-yard line.
Nice coverage by the Redskins. That was number 39, John Baker, taking the punt and running wide. And the Redskins not allowing them any yardage. The Vikings will take over 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line.
Bart Geis ran him out of bounds. So with 3:20 left here in the first quarter, the Vikings will take over again for their second possession. We have no score.
Again, it's really great to see so many people from Anderson to make the trip. This whole sideline is filled.
Andre Thomas, the quarterback. And he's going back to pass. He fires. He has his man, number 89. That's Eric Savicki, who made the catch. And that was a play that gained about 5 yards. The tackle was made by Fred Woods, but a nice gain. We'll call it a gain of, well, more than 5. Looks like a gain of about 7. Bring up a second and a long 3.
Nice job by Woods. That's just about all he can do on that. It's just a quick 2-step drop and throw for the quarterback. And to make an open field tackle like that is all Fred can do.
This time the pitch is back to Zellers. Zellers has some room on the right side. And Joe Dunn drags it down along with Zabo, but that's going to be another first down for the Vikings.
Andre Thomas a little slow getting up. He took a hard shot on the option.
Mike Zellers once again carrying the ball around that right side, which has been, they've been around the right side every time except when they go through the middle. They haven't tried this left side yet. Now Mike Zellers has 29 yards here in the first quarter. Quarterback Andre Thomas had similar numbers to Jason Bell as far as passing goes, so that they can go up top as well. 1st and 10, the ball on the 49-yard line.
Uh-oh.
The hand is to the number 23, that's Anthony, who's ahead for another first down all the way down to the Anderson 39-yard line.
It's just a quick dive right at the middle, and again, you see the speed from the Vikings, and once he passes that first set of defenders, he's in the backfield real quick. Another first down for the Vikings. They take it down to the 40-yard line of the Redskins.
Ted Brooks made the stop. There's another big first down for the Vikings. 1st and 10, the ball on the Anderson 39-yard line. And that's going to be a flag. They're going to stop that play before it gets started.
Whoops.
Who is that, number 23?
That's Telly Anthony.
Telly Anthony in motion.
Taking a quick step, and
that's only the second penalty of the game, both of them against the Vikings. There'll be a loss of 5 on the penalty, make it a 1st and 15. 2:06 remaining here in the first quarter. We have no score. Greg Ellis along with Brad Ellis. Thanks for joining us here on Warner Cable. And there's another flag. Brad, looks to me that Thomas has taken an awful lot of time between plays. And that's going to be another loss of 5.
I'm sure Coach Mancuso on the other side there is not real happy with the way things have gone so far on these last 2 plays. That'll bring up a 1st and 20.
Well, but 1st and 20. A minute 56 left.
Look for Thomas to go up in the air. He was 52 for 109 during the regular season for 814 yards. So he can definitely throw the ball. Watch for the speed of the outside men for the Vikings.
He's got Reggie Mills split on this end, number 5.
And Staruso defending on him.
And this time it's a pitch back to Anthony. Anthony around the left side.
Nice
He's
job.
Stopped.
That's a great job by Druso on defense. And we don't talk about him that much on defense, but he fought out the block from Mills and made the tackle on Anthony. And also there for the Redskins was 33 Joe Dunn.
Well, that was a nice play, but nevertheless a gain of about 6 yards, making it 2nd and about 14. The clock continues to roll here at Barnett Stadium, Middletown.
Looks like some confusion there on the Vikings' part.
2nd and 14.
Ball.
That's a loose ball.
He's down.
And Thomas just falls on top of it. He's fumbled the snap. And that's our first fumble of the game. It'll be a loss of 2 yards. We'll bring up a big 3rd and about 16. So
Kelly Anthony a little slow getting up there along with Thomas.
I tell you, I was on the field before the game, and the footing is really bad down there. I'm sure it's going to get a little bit muddier as we go along here.
Redskins fans rise to the occasion.
They have to get Vikings have to get to the 30-yard line. This time, Thomas back the pass.
Oh no, Jeremy!
And he gets the pass off, and it's for a fall incomplete.
Jeremy Struck was there to make the play. Thomas got away from him, but Jeff Haas just put a licking on Thomas, and Thomas is just now getting up. That'll bring up a 4th and 17 for the Vikings.
The Vikings left a punt here with 14 seconds left in the first quarter.
There's a flag on the play. It was against the Vikings. I'm sure the Redskins will decline it and bring up a 4th down.
Unless it was a dead ball foul. We'll see what the call is.
I don't know if they call it intentional grounding or not.
They're talking to Coach Suriano now.
Along with Joe Dunn on the field.
Let's see what the call is. We're waiting for an indication.
And then now they're saying take it, pushing on it.
What was that called? Did you see that?
I think it's an intentional ground, or it's a dead ball.
Well, whatever it is, the Vikings are going to lose some more yards, and that's what concerns Bradley and I. Big penalty all the way back to the Princeton 39-yard line. That's their 4th penalty here in the first quarter.
Druso and Sumner back to receive the kick for the Redskins.
Back to punt for the Vikings is number 87. That's
Jay Comfort.
Jay Comfort. Once again, the Redskins bend but don't break. Here's a good snap.
Boy, it took some
and
time.
A nice punt away. It's going to float in the air. And, oh, that's going to be a flag. I thought he called it for a fair catch.
But I tell you what happened is well, they're going to mark it there. They're not going to flag him on it.
Looked like Jason Druso was calling for the fair catch.
Druso called for the fair catch, but Sumner took it. But they're going to mark it right where he caught the ball on the Redskins 31-yard line.
Number 66, Zach Sweeney, was there just in case he did not call for that fair catch. So we have 4 seconds left here in the first quarter, and Anderson will have one play to see what they can do with it. The ball spotted on the Anderson 32-yard line, 1st and 10. No score here in the first quarter. A slow-moving first quarter, I might add. And we're all set to play.
That's Chad Abel, the outback in the eye now for the Redskins.
And hands to Druso through the middle. Druso is hit and stopped after he gains about 1 yard maybe. And that is the last play of the first quarter. A gain of 1 for Druso. So our score after 1 quarter of play here at Barnes Stadium on the campus of Middletown High School. It's the Anderson Redskins nothing, the Princeton Vikings nothing.
You got to think so far, Greg. The Redskins have held their own against the Vikings, and if the Vikings came in with any kind of edge at all, as far as experience or anything like that, that's over with. That's over with now, and everybody's on an even keel now. The Redskins were not impressed, and they've stayed with it, and they've held their own so far.
Well, the Vikings moved the ball really well in that first quarter. They had 89 yards rushing and 12 passing. But nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, and that's the important thing. The Redskins really have not had good field position the entire game. And a lot of that is due to the fact that the defense is bent, but it has not broken when they've gotten down close to the goal line. So when we resume play here, it'll be 2nd and 9 after Druso picked up 1 yard on that last carry of the first quarter.
Again, we'd like to take this opportunity to thank the Anderson Boosters for making this broadcast possible.
We do appreciate it, as I'm sure all the viewers do. We're set to play now. It's 2nd and 9. We could see Jason Bell go on top. And this time Jason's going to put it up. He throws. He's got it, and it's Pat Hines who's forward for the first down.
That's close.
Close to the first down.
So he's going to be a little shy.
Bell faked a handoff to Druso, went back and hit Pat Hines, the tight end. And that's going to be, you called it, Brad, just a little bit shy of the first down. Nice pass by Bell. It's going to bring up a third and inches.
Joe Dunn back in the game along with Brad Ackle for the Redskins.
Steve Sumner comes out. Third and inches. Go ahead, Brad.
Druso deep in the eye. Ackle and Dunn upbacks.
Druso has the ball. He's ahead for the first down.
Face mask. Throw the flag. I can't believe they didn't throw a face mask on that. The referee on our side saw it as well as we did on the TV here and didn't throw a flag.
Druso carried that ball ahead for the first down. He got up to about the 49-yard line, and it is a first down for Anderson. Druso now 5 carries for 18 yards.
Again, we have to talk about the size and strength of the Vikings. Obviously, the biggest and strongest and quickest team the Redskins have played all year.
Mark Strayhorn made the tackle on that last play, but Jason Druso with a first down. Hand us to Joe Dunn through the middle. Joe Dunn with a lot of room to run. Gets up to about the 42-yard line of Princeton.
Nice job by the Redskins moving the ball down the field, close to another first down.
Mario Strayhorn again brought him down. But once again, another big gain for the Redskins. Dunn now with 12 yards on 2 carries. And it's going to bring up a second and about 1. First time the Redskins have been in Viking territory in the entire game.
Abel now the up back for the Redskins. Druso deep.
The hand is to Druso. Druso around the left side. And Druso gets up to about the, let's see where they mark it. Druso's ahead for a good gain. It's a first down.
Mario Strayhorn, number 12, on the play for the Vikings, and all happy about it, but he's got to look at the sidelines where the Redskins have gained a first down and now are inside the 40 to the 36-yard line of the Vikings, and starting to drive their own here.
Well, as we said before, the strong suit of the Vikings is their defense, and they've played well up to this point. Bell keeps the ball. He pitches back to Druso around the right side, and Druso's going to be hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped.
I tell you, Pat Hines, number 49, missed that block. He was on the outside. Bell took it right at the defensive end and waited till the last second, did a good job. Druso got outside. The cornerback came up and made a play, actually a loss of about a foot.
That was John Baker who made that stop for the Vikings. And the scoreboard says he lost a yard. But we'll call it a 2nd and 10. Druso comes out now. And Fred Woods is in the game. And Bell keeps the ball. He's going to throw. He's going to Pat Hines. Pat Hines goes up to the 25-yard line for a first down.
Nice job by Jason Bell. He took a nice shot by number 82, Gary Crowley. But he threaded the ball to Pat Hines for a nice job. First down Redskins on the Viking 25.
Mario Strayhorn again brought him down, but what a nice play by the Redskins. And they are driving the ball in this vaunted Princeton defense. 1st and 10. Ball on the 25-yard line. And Chad Abel all the way through to the 5-yard line.
Looked like Jason Bell faked everybody out. Chad Abel doesn't get to carry the ball much, but what a job he's done in the past few games of carrying the ball when he's had a chance. He takes the ball all the way down to the 6-yard line where it's 1st and goal Redskins.
Big 20-yard gain for Chad Abel. Once again, John Baker brought him down, but it's going to be 1st and goal for the Redskins.
Redskins have 30 seniors on this team, but Chad Abel's one of the juniors. He'll be back.
And Druso is back into the game for the Redskins.
Along with Ted Brooks and Joe Dunn.
Ball on the 6-yard line, 1st and goal.
We'll take half the distance there.
Yeah, we certainly will. Let's see if they say we jumped.
Redskins playing a very disciplined game so far. Not jumping, not having any penalties so far, which is great compared to they've had some. If they've had a weakness, it's probably been their penalties.
That's the 5th penalty against the Vikings here early in the 2nd quarter.
What a momentum builder this will be as the Redskins take it in first.
1st and goal, ball on the 3-yard line.
Brad Ackle now in the backfield along with Dunn and Druso.
The Sanderson crowd is fired up. And Jason Druso takes a handoff. He gets down to about the 1-yard line.
He was stuck there.
I think he got to about the 1. Looks like it's where he is.
Looks like it's number 82, Gary Crowley, on a tackle for the Vikings. And again, from our vantage point, it's hard to tell where they're at. Looks like they're about at the 2-yard line.
It's going to be 2nd and goal. Once again, 3 backs in that backfield for the Redskins. There's a hand to Druso to the left side.
Touchdown!
Jason Druso takes it around the left tackle, and the Redskins draw first blood.
Nice drive by the Redskins, culminating on that 2-yard touchdown by Druso. Redskins take a 6-0 lead with 8:18 left in the 2nd quarter.
Jason Druso took that handoff, followed his blockers over left tackle, and the Redskins have taken a 6-0 lead here with 8:18 left.
David Lawrence now in to attempt the extra point with Aaron Sabo on the hold.
The extra points could be big in a game like this, as we've said time and time again. There's a snap is good. The kick is up. It's long enough. And it's good.
That's a great job by Lawrence and by Sabo to get the ball down. Redskins take a 7-0 lead. Big momentum builder for the Redskins. Big momentum.
And just as much, it's got to be a deflating type of thing for the Vikings. They moved the ball almost at will that entire first quarter plus, and with no points to show for it. That was a 68-yard drive by the Redskins that covered 3 minutes and 46 seconds.
Again, the Vikings' strong point is their defense, and the Redskins just stuck it to them again on that third drive. Great job all around.
Jason Druso now with 27 yards on 9 carries, and Chad Abel with a big 19-yard gain. That was the key play in that drive, Brad.
Along with that pass to Pat Hines.
Yeah, that was a good one. Back to receive the kickoff for the Vikings is number 21. That's Mike Zellers. Number 22, Clifford Matthews.
David Lawrence on the kick for the Redskins. With the speed of the Vikings, you had to be careful on all these special team plays.
Who would have thought that the Redskins at this point in time would be in the state tournament game leading Princeton 7-0?
Who'd have thunk it?
We're all set to play. Here's the kick. A squibber down the middle. It's fielded by one of the up men. That's number 82 for the Viking. That's Gary Crawley, who gets back to about the 35-yard line.
Ted Brooks on the play along with Drew Vanderray.
Greg Curvall was there also. Well, the marker on the 36 make it a 1st and 10.
Let's see if the Anderson defense can take some of that momentum, stop the Vikings here, give the Redskins another chance to score before half.
Well, come into this game, the big story was going to be the Princeton defense against the Anderson offense. And the Redskins broke through on that drive. 1st and 10. The hand is to Anthony. No, he keeps it.
Oh.
Zellers around the left side. He's got a lot of room.
Oh, man.
And he's running out of bounds close to first down yardage.
Ted Brooks took the wrong angle on that one. He had him, but the speed of Zellers took him around the corner for a nice gain of about 8. That'll bring up 2nd and 2 from the Vikings 45.
Brian Herford rode him out of bounds. Actually, it's close to a gain of 10. It's going to be 2nd in inches. And now Mike Zellers has 6 carries for 38 yards.
What a burst of speed he showed right there, Greg.
Clock stopped at 7:52 remaining here in the second quarter. Handoff is to Anthony, who's ahead close to the first down. Boy, I don't know.
I think they're going to give it to him. I don't know. Look at this. The referee on this side doesn't look like he's going to give it to him. It's going to be awful close. I'll have to measure.
Jeff Hast made a big play on defense for the Redskins.
Jamie Mons on the bottom of that pile also.
They do give him a good spot, and it'll be a first down.
They're not even going to measure.
Ball now rests on the Anderson 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Actually doesn't rest anywhere right now.
Brett's on the sideline.
There it is. I'm sorry, it's on the 46-yard line of the Vikings. 1st and 10. Hand is to the up back. That's number 21, Mike Zellers, and he stopped after a gain of about 3 yards. Tackle was made by number 89, Chris Haywood. That's a gain of 2 for Zellers. Bring up a 2nd and 8.
But you stopped going up the middle that much. They're running over tackles now.
Clock continues to roll here. 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in this first half. Anderson leads 7-0.
Marlon Montgomery and Eric Savicki on this side.
Well, that's easy for you to say.
Yeah.
There's a pitch back to Anthony. Anthony's got some room on this right side, and he's tripped up after first down yardage.
Good effort by Joe Dunn to trip him up. He had a nice seam this way.
Once again, Telly Anthony having a good night for the Vikings. And let's see where they mark the ball. I believe he has a first down.
And leave our motion first down.
And Telly Anthony now with 8 carries for 44 yards. Clock stopped for the movement of the chains. And now we're set to go. 1st and 10. Ball on the Anderson 43-yard line.
Pass.
Thomas has got a pass. The pass is incomplete intended for number 5. That's Reggie Mills. Pass is a little bit high, but he couldn't bring it down. There on coverage was Jason Druso for the Redskins. And that was only the 3rd attempted pass by Princeton, and they're 1 for 3 in that category. bring up a 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 6:37 left here in this first half.
Great game so far.
A lot of movement on the field, but not much on the scoreboard except on the Anderson side.
Got to watch the big plays.
There's a handoff to Anthony. No, I'm sorry. This time it's Andre Thomas who keeps the ball. He slips and falls on the 40-yard line.
They've ran that play 2 or 3 times now where they fake a dive to one side and Thomas to turn around the option the other way. He kept the ball that time for a gain of about 5, or maybe 4, but he lost his footing on trying to make a cut to the outside, and that's why he fell. So that'll bring up 3rd and 6.
Well, this will be a big 3rd down play. You think? We'll wait and see. 3rd and 6.
I'm not thinking. Don't do that.
3rd and 6. And there's a handoff to number 23. That's Telly Anthony. And there's a flag. He's hit behind the line and stopped. Let's see what the call is.
False start against the Vikings. Looks like that was a dead ball. They called that before the snap of the ball.
That is too bad, I'll tell you, because he was stopped for no gain. That's the 6th penalty against the Vikings here.
I'm sure Coach Mancuso will have something to say about that at halftime.
Anderson yet to be penalized. I don't want to jinx him any. I'll knock on wood here. That loss of 5 is going to make it a 3rd and 11. We could see Thomas go up top here.
Montgomery and Savicki this side.
He's back to pass. He's got some time. He throws. He overthrows his man. Intended for number 89. That's
Savicki.
Eric Savicki.
And the Redskins have held. It's now 4th and 12.
4th and 12, and we should see our second Princeton punt on the night. Momentum of this game has really changed, Brad. I'll tell you when it changes is when Anderson held him down here and they missed a field goal.
Yep.
Because that was the 2nd time that Princeton had moved the ball down the field and they had no points to show for it.
Jay Comfort back to punt for the Vikings.
Back to return the punt is Jason Druso and Steve Sumner. Snap is back. He gets a nice punt away. There's a fair catch. Now they're going to let it bounce.
It's going to go out of bounds.
Oh, my God. It's going to go out of bounds.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, we got lucky. We got lucky. That ball barely made it into the end zone.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't.
They're going to mark it on the 1-inch line.
They are back up against the wall. And if Coach Mancuso watched last week's game against Harrison, he'll know, or he might suspect Bell to do that quarterback sneak up the middle. That's the way the Redskins came out of this rut last week against Harrison. They were up against the wall, and with Druso and so far back in the eye, with any kind of surge by the Princeton line, it could be a safety.
Boy, this is a terrible field position for the Skins. Obviously, they've got to get it out of that end zone.
There he
Bell
goes.
keeps the ball through the middle, picks up a short yardage, but at least he's off the goal line. I believe you called that one, Brad.
Thank you.
Bell forward for 4 yards. Make it a 2nd and 6. They're going to spot the ball just past the 4-yard line.
Gives the Redskins a little breathing room.
And the clock continues to roll. We're at 5 minutes left here in the first half. Nice play by Jason Bell to get him off that goal line. They're still backed up, though.
Ooh.
And Bell hands to the upback. That's Joe Dunn. And Dunn is going to be stopped.
Actually, that was Chad Abel,
I'm
Greg.
sorry, Chad Abel. He picked up a 2-yard stop was made by number 91, Ron Griswold, that big defensive tackle. And bring up a 3rd and 5. And boy, this is a first down that the Redskins really want to pick up. They don't want to punt from their own end zone. 3rd and 5. The pitch is back to Druso. He's going to quick punt it. And he gets it away, and it's going to bounce. And it's going to roll dead on about the 43-yard line. So with 4:11 left, the Vikings will take over on the Anderson 43-yard line. And if nothing else, at least the Redskins got it out of their own end zone.
Oh, they do have it. Vikings have great field position on the Redskins 43, but at least there wasn't any attempt of a block punt there. They just wanted to get out of there and trust their awesome defense to stop the Vikings.
37-yard punt by Druso on the run. 1st and 10. We're at 4 minutes, 10 seconds left here in the first half. There's a handoff to Telly Anthony. And he's ahead to about the 39-yard line, pick up a 4. Tackles made by the big guy, Jamie Mons. Gain of 4, make it 2nd and 6. And these Viking backs are picking up good yardage through the middle, Brad.
They're strong and they're quick. They hit the line real quick a lot of times before the Redskins can react. It's just a matter of holding your position and finding the ball.
2nd and 6. Ball on the Anderson 39-yard line. And this time, Thomas keeps the ball. He's going to be stopped.
Nice job there by number 45, Pat Hines.
There's a late flag.
Somebody might have got a face mask. It's going to be a shame if they did.
Let's see what the call is. Waiting for an indicator. They're talking to Anderson. Could have been a hold.
I still think it's on the Redskins. Face mask.
Face mask is correct.
And that'll give them a first down.
Boy, that's a bad time for the first penalty against the Redskins.
Well, it's too bad because they had to play stuffed, and somebody got a hand in there. That's going to take it down all the way to the Redskins 25.
Boy, what a terrible time for the Redskins to get their first penalty. And it is all the way down to the Anderson 25-yard line. So with 3 minutes and 29 seconds left here in the first half, the Vikings are in good position to get on the scoreboard before halftime.
Another challenge for the Redskins defense.
1st and 10. Andre Thomas kept the ball on that quarterback option, but he was stopped. But face mask cost him. Handoff is to Zellers through the middle. He gets about 2 yards. Mike Zellers took that handoff and right over the middle of the offensive line. It was stopped by Ted Brooks.
Jeremy Streck, number 70, also there for the Redskins.
Zellers now with Anthony with 48 yards. Zellers with 43 yards.
We're now inside 3 minutes left in the half.
Gain of 2, make it 2nd and 8.
Savicki and Montgomery split right for the Vikings.
Ball on the 33-yard line. Handoff is to Zellers. No, I'm sorry. The pitch is back to Anthony.
Thomas kept the ball, faked it to Zellers, and took the option around the left side. And just as he was getting ready to go out of bounds, he pitched it back to Anthony, who ran out of the bounds.
Fred Woods ran him out of bounds. Stops the clock with 2:39 left here in the first half. Make it a 3rd and 5. Actually, looks like more like 6. There you go, 3rd and 6.
2 down territory here, Greg.
Absolutely. There's a handoff to Zellers. I'm sorry, that was Anthony through the right side, and he stopped short of the first down. Pickup of about 2 yards. Make it 4th and 4. The tackle was made by the linebacker, Joe Dunn.
Big play here, Greg. Another big one.
Boy, this is absolutely the biggest play of this first half. 2 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first half. The Vikings going for it on 4th down here.
Redskins sideline fired up for this one.
Thomas keeps the ball. He pitches it back to Anthony. Anthony's hit.
No.
First down.
No. Great job by the Redskins defense to stop that one.
Andre Thomas kept that ball, pitched it back to Anthony at the last second. He had a little bit of room on the left side, but was stopped short of the first down with 2 minutes and 1 second left in the first half. The Redskins will take over on downs.
Looks like the Redskins will take over on about their own 19-yard line with 2 minutes and 1 second left. Great job by the Redskins defense. We should stop talking about that Viking defense and talk about the Redskins.
The clock continues to roll. We're under 2 minutes now. Hand this to Druso around the right side. He's got a little bit of room. He gets up to about the 25-yard line. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Just inside the 25, gain of about 5.
Make it 2nd and 5. Clock continues to roll. I think the Redskins are going to be content to go in at halftime leading 7-0, as they don't appear to be in any hurry to put the ball up. Minute 20 left here in the first half. The pitch is to Bell. Bell keeps the ball. And now he's still in the ball. He's going to cut it back to the right.
Great block.
He's still in the go. Oh, he's ran out of bounds on about the 27-yard line, 26 maybe.
With nowhere to go, Druso came around the left side, turned it and went back the other way. Dante Hardy, number 97, was stalking him, but number 63, Brett Harrison, knocked him down to open up a little bit for Druso, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Mario Strayhorn was also there for the Vikings. Here's a big play for the Redskins as the clock is stopped at 1:08 because he went out of bounds. 3rd and 2.
Fred Wood's into the game now for the Redskins with Chad Abel up in the I-back.
And Jason Druso out of the game right now.
Coach Soriano wants a timeout.
And they are going to take a timeout and talk about it. With a minute left here in the first half, the Anderson Redskins clinging on to a 7-0 lead over the Princeton Vikings here at Barnett Stadium in Middletown.
In a cold Barnett Stadium.
Jason Druso, 11 carries now for 34 yards. And Chad Abel, 2 carries for 20 yards. Joe Dunn, 2 carries for 12 yards. And let's see, on the passing side, Jason Bell is 2 for 2. Both passes complete. The tight end, Pat Hines, for 21 yards.
Redskins spreading out a little bit tonight.
Excellent job by our statistician, Steve Martin, on that series of events. Once again, we want to thank the Anderson High School boosters who made this entire broadcast possible. And we do appreciate it. Without their support, we wouldn't be here bringing you this big game for the Redskins. Now we're set to play. A big 3rd down play coming up here for the Skins.
Cantwell and Ackle split to the left for the Redskins.
Ball on the 26-yard line. They have to get to about the 29 for a 1st down.
Druso now in the game for the Redskins, able to up back.
The hand is to Druso.
Oh,
He's
no.
hit behind the line and stopped.
No, sir, nothing there.
Stop is made by number 56. That's Tellis Carr.
Yeah, and the Vikings very smartly take a timeout here. They'll stop the clock with 59 seconds left. The Redskins will have to punt from deep into their own territory.
It's not as deep as it could have been before this, though. So Jason Druso going to be called on again to punt. And as we have alluded to numerous times, he is a substitute punter for the injured Tim Alberts.
Nice job by the Vikings to stuff that play.
Druso set to take the snap. And the Vikings will have less than a minute to do something, try to get on the board here before halftime. A lot of fans here on this cold night. A lot more on the Anderson side than there is on the Princeton side. I'll tell you that.
There's also a lot of Turpin jackets here.
That is good to see, as well as some Glen Estee jackets I saw down there.
Nice to see some neighborhood unity.
All right, let's see if the Vikings try to block this punt. They have 9 men on the line.
Looks like they're going for it.
There's a snap. Ooh, he barely gets the punt off. It's a good punt. And it's going to be fair caught on the 45-yard line.
Dante Hardy making the effort to try to block that punt. Druso got it off, and really an excellent punt.
So with 52 seconds left, Vikings will take over on their own 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
Redskins have to be careful here, not to loosen up so much that you give the Viking run attack not much room to run.
We're all set to play here. Vikings can do anything here with 50 seconds left to play.
Mills and Montgomery split to the right for the Vikings.
And this time Thomas is going to put it up. He's going forward down the field. He's got a man wide open. And he overthrows him. Boy, he had number 88 out there. That's Marlon Montgomery, his favorite target. That was wide open, but the ball was just overthrown.
He had both Mills and Montgomery on the right side. And Brian Herford, the safety, decided to go towards Mills instead of the middle towards Montgomery. And you're right, he was wide open.
Stops the clock with 46 seconds left here in the first half. 2nd and 10. And this time he's again back to pass. He throws and it's in and out of the hands of number 22 for the Vikings.
That's 80. Actually, it's 82.
I'm sorry, 82.
That's Gary Crowley.
I have to get my contacts checked. Incomplete. Make it 3rd and 10. 41 seconds left here in the first half.
Tell you what, 41 seconds left. You never know.
Kind of surprised that they haven't at least run it once here. They have 2 timeouts left.
You might see him go It's 3rd and 10, although the marker of this says 2nd and 10. You might see the Vikings put the ball on the ground now and just accept the halftime score.
Well, there was a flag against the Vikings that time. Did you see what it was?
It looked like illegal motion.
Illegal motion declined by the Redskins, and the Vikings are going to have to take another timeout. That's their 2nd timeout. They have one. They have one left. They have one left. 41 seconds left here in this first half. Anderson leads 7-0.
We talk about the number of, the crowd here and everything, Greg, the number of Turpin jackets and all that. Let's take a moment and acknowledge the ad that the Turpin Booster and Athletic Department took out in the Mount Washington Press. Congratulations, Anderson High School football team, on a super season, 10-0. Good luck in the playoffs. A nice sign of neighborhood unity in backing the Redskins in their first playoff game.
Vikings set to put the ball in play. 3rd and 10. The ball still rests on their own 45-yard line.
Big play.
And Thomas back to pass again. He's got plenty of time. He throws. He's got his man. It's Zellers. Zellers is ahead to the 36-yard line, but there's a flag. Let's see what the call could have been on that.
I hope it's not a face mask.
Now, the flag was before he was even brought down, I thought.
Well, it's right in the middle of the field, and I didn't see anybody there.
It stops the clock with 34 seconds left here in this first half.
There you go.
All right, it's going to be a call against Princeton.
Brian Herford congenially picks up the flag and gives it back to the referee.
That's going to nullify a big gain for the Vikings all the way down to the 36-yard line.
Darn shame, Greg.
Yeah, we really hate to see that. In case you didn't realize that we're sponsored by the Anderson High School Boosters. We're both Anderson alumni, and we want Anderson to win this game. Let's make that perfectly clear right now.
Let's define the word homer. And I think if you listen to the Harrison game, we did a pretty good job of that too.
Boy, what a big penalty that is. They're going to mark that ball all the way back on the 30-yard line of Harrison. You got me saying Harrison on 30-yard line of Princeton. Geez, that's the 7th penalty against the Vikings here in the first half for 53 yards.
They called that after the play, Greg, so it's now 4th and 25, and they're going to have to punt with 29 seconds left in the game.
Clock continues to roll. There's a snap that's good. He gets a nice punt away.
Get away. Just let it.
And Drew Sofer catches it on the 41-yard line. He fumbles it, but he fell on top of it.
That's the worst thing that could happen with 14 seconds left in the half.
So I'm sure with 14 seconds left, the Redskins are going to be content to
take it in with a 7-0 lead.
Boy, what a half of football we've had for you here. Vikings have moved the ball up and down the field, but no points to show for it. And what a morale booster going into halftime for the Redskins. They start the clock now. They're not even going to snap it.
Nice half by the Redskins.
A halftime score here at Barnett Stadium. The Anderson Redskins 7. The Princeton Vikings nothing. What a half of football, Brad.
Great half, Greg. Great half. You can see, I don't know if you can, you see the Redskins running into their locker room. A lot of fans here backing them. They've done a great job in the first half. If anybody has momentum, the Redskins do.
So once again, our final score, or our halftime score, it's Anderson 7, Princeton nothing. We'll be back with the second half after this. We're back here at Barnett Stadium in Middletown, where the Anderson Redskins lead the Princeton Vikings 7-0 after one half of football here in the state tournament. And Brad, what a half of football we had.
An excellent half, Greg, and what a defensively oriented half it is. The Vikings moved the ball a little bit, especially on the first drive of the game, but again, big plays by the Redskins stopped them without scoring. They attempted about a 22-yard field goal and missed, and that was their only attempt at scoring for the half. Late in the half, they had a fourth and 5, and the Redskins stuffed them there. And so we've got the stats for the first half. Princeton has 116 yards rushing and 6 yards passing, or 7 yards passing, for a total of 123 yards. The Redskins have 66 yards rushing and 21 yards passing for a total of 87 yards. The scoring was Jason Druso on a 2-yard run with 8 minutes and 18 seconds left in the first quarter, with David Lawrence adding the point after. That was a 68-yard drive for the Redskins. Probably one of the big points that we ought to make in the first half are the penalties, which Princeton has been penalized 7 times for 53 yards, while the Anderson Redskins have only been penalized once for 15 yards.
And knock on wood on that one, indeed. And I'll tell you, those penalties played a major part in that first half. Redskins, except for that face mask on that big third down play that Princeton had, played penalty free, and they're going to have to do that again here in the second half to hang on and win this football game.
They're also going to have to watch the big plays, Greg, and in a close game like this, big plays are what you got to stop. And I wouldn't be surprised to watch the Vikings maybe go to the air again a little more often than they did in the first half, mainly because they had some guys open late in the first half.
I don't know if you could hear through our booth here, but the Redskin fans are here in big numbers tonight, and they are really cheering on their team. The final poll in the Cincinnati Enquirer had St. X the unanimous #1 team in the city, and they are playing Clayton Northmont tonight up in Dayton. And the winner of our game here tonight will play the winner of the St. X Clayton Northmont game. And in that final poll, Anderson finished second in the city, and Princeton third, but only 6 points separated them. So the Redskins did start getting some respect from the other coaches in the city as they piled up that big 10-0 record.
A lot of coaches here tonight too, Greg. We saw Coach Berta from Turpin brought up his whole team on a bus to watch this game, and we talked about all the Turpin Jackets here before. Coach Ashworth from Glen Estee is also here with a large entourage from Glen Estee. And good to see the coaches and players supporting their conference. And as we start the second half, the Redskins will receive the ball, and we'll go from there.
Well, as always the case, the first possession of a half really sets the tone for the rest of it. And the Redskins are looking to see if they can move the ball on that good Princeton defense. We heard a lot about their defense, and boy, they do have a quick team. But the Redskins did put together that 68-yard drive, and that was their only scoring. Once again, we want to say thanks to Tom Kasika with the Turpin Booster Club and Athletic Department for their big ad in the paper, congratulating the Anderson High School football team on their perfect season. And Turpin even brought their cheerleaders over to that big Anderson pep rally yesterday over at the high school, and gave the Anderson a big cheer. So that's good to see in the Forest Hill School District. We're about ready to start play here in the second half. Princeton will kick to Anderson. Back to receive the kickoff for the Redskins is number 25, Fred Woods, and number 44, Jason Druso.
Number 14, Mike Connor, is a kicker for Princeton, and he'll be teeing the ball up shortly. And it's not getting any warmer out there, Greg.
No, but it's a little bit warmer here in this booth than it is outside.
At least we're blocking the wind. We had several offers of guest spotters and guest announcers and everything else at halftime.
Before we get going, we want to again thank our spotter, Ed Barth, our statistician, Steve Martin, our cameraman, Mark Mayhall, and our producer, Tim Pennington.
Mr. Mayhall, who is out in the elements.
He is weathering this storm for us, and don't think we don't appreciate it. Here we go with the second half. There's a nice kickoff that Fred Woods is going to field on about the 15. Gets the 20, the 25, the 30, the 35, and he's going to be brought down about the 38-yard line. Nice return by Fred Woods.
Good field position for the Redskins to start the second half.
Tackle was made by number 91, Ron Griswold, but a nice way to start the half for the Skins. They had poor field position most of that first half, and they're going to start off with good field position to start this second half.
Sabo split right, Sumner left. Druso the lone back as the Redskins go to a double tight end.
And a handoff to Druso, who finds an opening and shuts real quick.
That's number 99. That's your friend
A. Brookins.
Agananda Brookins.
Brookins, yeah. Jason Druso cut at the line of scrimmage. He picked up 1 yard. We'll call it 2nd and 9. Ball on the 39-yard line of Anderson.
Brad Ackle split left now, or right, with Sumner left.
This time Bell's going to put it up. He's still looking. Now he's going to run it. And he's ran out of bounds at about the 41-yard line.
They were going for that quick look to the either the split end or the tight end, and he was covered. And Jason did the right thing and eating it and trying to get a couple yards. He actually did get a couple yards. That'll bring up 3rd and 7.
Dante Hardy, the defensive end, rode him out of bounds, but gain of 2 for Jason Bell.
First big play of the second half.
3rd and 7. Ball on the Anderson 41-yard line. We have to get to the 48 for a first down.
God.
And Bell's going to put it up. He's being rushed. He rolls right. He's got a man open.
Oh!
Incomplete. Intended for number 49, Pat Hines.
I was throwing just a little bit behind Pat. And that Viking defense have held for this first series. Redskins will have to go in and punt.
4th and 7, and Jason Drusa is going to have to punt it back to this Princeton offense that has moved the ball really well here in this game, but has no points to show for it. And we'll look. They went for the block on that last punt before halftime, and looks like they got 9 men on the line of scrimmage again.
Dante Hardy is roaming the line, and that's Drew Vonderay across him, number 30, going to try to keep him out of there.
There's a bad snap, and Drusa gets the punt away. It's a good punt. It's fielded on the 27-yard line.
Uh-oh. Nice job by Mike Thuman.
Mike Thuman brings him down.
Mike Thuman made the effort, try to get him before he went around the other side. He missed him, but when he reverses his way, Thuman got up and made the tackle on the second time around.
That was John Baker, number 39, who returned that punt. And boy, nice play on special teams by the senior Mike Thuman. So the Vikings will take over on their own 28-yard line, 1st and 10. 10 minutes, 45 seconds left here in this third quarter. Anderson 7, Princeton nothing. There's a hand to the up man. That's number 23, Mike Zellers. I'm sorry, number 23, Telly Anthony, who gets it up over the 30 to about the 31-yard line. A gain of 3, brought down by Joe Dunn. Gain of 3, we'll call it second. No, gain of 4, call it 2nd and 6.
Joe Dunn has done a great job for the Redskins all year.
That's 58 yards for Telly Anthony. He has played well as his other running back in the backfield with him, Mike Zellers. 2nd and 6. The hand is to Zellers. Zellers moves ahead, and he's going to be stopped.
Nice swarming defense.
Gain of about 2 yards. Jeff Hast was there along with Joe Dunn and several others to bring him down after Zellers picked up about 2 yards.
That's what you want to see, that swarming defense that stops their players cold.
We'll call it a gain of 3, make it 3rd and 3. This is a big play. Hold the Vikings right here and get the ball back would be nice. 3rd and 3. And this time Thomas has got to put it up. He throws, he's got a man open. And that's number 82 for the Vikings. That's Gary Crawley, who goes forward for the first down.
Joe Dunn on the defense there for the Redskins. Crawley just getting a step on him, and in the open field, Thomas hits him for a first down, takes the ball out to the Viking 43.
One thing you will have to say that every time that Thomas has attempted to put the ball up, he's had a lot of time to throw.
He's got time. They have such a strong running game that you have to respect that so much.
Thomas now 2 for 7 passing. 1st and 10, ball on the Princeton 43-yard line. The hand is to Mike Zellers, who's going to be rode down at the line of scrimmage.
Nate Cosman right there for the Redskins.
Nate Cosman brought him down after a gain of maybe 1 yard. They are going to give him a yard, make it 2nd and 9. Well, these two running backs have put up a lot of yards in this game so far.
That's one of the differences is with the Redskins, it looks like they're stopping them for no gain or little gain, but because of the surge of the Princeton offensive line, they're still gaining a couple yards each time.
2nd and 9.
Bad.
This time Thomas back to pass. He's got a lot of time. He throws. He's got a man wide open.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that was number 23, Telly Anthony, who dropped that ball. He had the first down and more, Brad.
Put that in your little notebook, because I tell you what, that was wide open.
Well, it is cold out here. I mean, really cold. Not as cold in this booth as it is out there on that field. But that ball clearly should have been caught. Stops the clock with 8:34 left here in the third quarter. 3rd and 9. Princeton has to get the ball to the Anderson 46 for a first down. And Thomas again back to pass. Lots of time. He throws. It's incomplete.
Nice job.
It's there for number 21, Mike Zellers.
Ted Brooks there on a play for the Redskins, hitting Zellers right as he touched the ball. And that'll bring up a 4th and 9, and the Vikings will have to punt. Neither team getting off to a good start offensively in the second half.
So Princeton will have to punt the ball away. Jason Druso and Steve Sumner back to return the punt.
Jay Comfort, number 87, back to punt for the Vikings.
There's a good snap, and he punts it away. It's a long punt. It's going to be fielded by Jason Druso on the 20. It's up to the 25. He's got some room to run.
He's got a seam.
Jason Druso up to close to midfield.
Nice job by the Redskins. That was number 82, Gary Crowley, tackling Druso. But he found a seam up the right side, took it out all the way out close to midfield where the Redskins will take over, 1st and 10.
Big 24-yard return for Jason Druso. So with 8:15 left here in this third quarter, the Redskins will take over on their own 49-yard line, 1st and 10. Steve Sumner split wide to our side. Aaron Sabo split on the other side. Druso the only back. And he hands the handoff. And he gets back to about the line of scrimmage where he's met by those big defensive linemen of Princeton. That was Agananda Brooks who brought him down. Brookins, I'm sorry. I got the first name right, I got the last name wrong. Agananda Brookins who brought him down after, we'll call it a gain of 1, make it 2nd and 9.
Wood split right, Sumner left. Druso still the lone back.
And Bell's going to put it up. He's got it off of Nate Cosman.
That play worked to perfection. We saw it against Glen Esther. We saw it again last week against Harrison, and it worked again. If Cosman had been able to hold on to that ball, he had a clear field ahead of him, and Bell just threw it just out of his reach.
Stops the clock with 7:28 left. Make it a 3rd and 9.
That's one of those plays where you can't run very often, really only like once a game.
Jason Bell now 2 for 4 passing.
Big play here.
3rd and 9. And a handoff to Druso on a delay. He ran the right side. Druso ahead for about 7 or 8 yards. He's going to be dropped down short of the first down.
That'll be about 2 yards shy of the first down.
Number 37, Jeremiah Trammell, brought him down. They're going to mark it at the Princeton 44-yard line, and he had to get to the 41. So we'll make it 4th and 3.
They've been coming every time on these punts.
Druso again will punt. On the last one, the snap was a little bit low, but Jason got it off. Once again, back to return the punt is number 12. That's Mario Strayhorn. And number 39, John Baker. Are they faking? Joe Dunn has the ball. Joe Dunn is going to be dropped.
Short.
Oh, that depends where they mark it. I believe he's short.
It's short. It was close. It was close, but they're gonna mark it short.
Well, that was worth a gamble, I think, don't you?
As far as field position goes, if you're going to do it, that's the place to do it. You're not going to hurt yourself a whole lot.
Joe Dunn took that snap and it went around the right side, and he picked up about 2 yards when he needed 3. So the Vikings will take over right there on their own 42-yard line, 1st and 10.
The biggest part of that play is it might turn the momentum a little bit here.
7 minutes left here in the third quarter. The Vikings take over 1st and 10. The hand is to Telly Anthony, who's ahead close to midfield.
Tackle there by number 89, Chris Haywood.
Telly Anthony picking up good yardage through the middle. And he now has 66 yards on 14 carries. Pick up of about 8 yards, make it 2nd and 2.
Both of those backs, Telly Anthony and Mike Zellers, you can tell already are just real quality backs.
Ball right at midfield, 2nd and 2. Zellers again, he stopped short of the first down, I believe. He gets over midfield, gets up to about the 49 where they're going to make it 3rd and 1. Jeff Hess brought him down on a nice open field tackle.
Again, the Vikings are grinding out some yardage there.
3rd and 1. This is 2 down. Well, who knows? I'm going to stop saying that. 3rd and 1. Actually, it's a little bit less than 1. Anthony through the middle. He's got a big hole. He's up forward to about the 41-yard line of Anderson. 8-yard pickup for Telly Anthony, brought down by 84 Nate Cosman. But the Vikings again are moving the ball in this Anderson defense, Brad.
They're hitting the holes quick, Greg, and that's giving the Redskins some problems.
Another first down for the Vikings. Ball rests on the Anderson 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
Down to 5:40 left in the 3rd quarter.
Thomas got to put it up. He's rolling right. He's got a man open. The pass is complete all the way down to the 32-yard line. That was Gary Crawley, the tight end, who took that pass and picked up a good yardage down to the 32. It's about a 9-yard pickup.
Nate Cosman on the play for the Redskins.
Make it 2nd and 1. That's the second pass that he has caught.
Redskins have to stuff him here. They've taken the ball. They've had it for a while, and they're running down the field. They're going to have to stiffen up a little bit and stop this Viking offense.
2nd and 1, ball in the Anderson 32-yard line. Mike Zeller's through the middle for a first down. He's still on the go. He's going to be stopped at about the 28-yard line, almost the 27. Another first down for the Vikings.
Jeremy Strack was the first one to hit him.
So once again, Princeton moving the ball. And the key is going to be able to get down there and convert and get some points on the board. 1st and 10, the ball on the Anderson 28-yard line. And Zeller's through the middle, up to about the 24. Boy, they're just granting it out right through the middle. That was Jeff Hast who brought him down.
Well, they've gone back to going right over their center, number 66, Zach Sweeney, who again is a 6'3", 235-pound center, and just doing a great job of opening up holes there in the interior of the line.
Pickup of 3, make it 2nd and 7. Zach Sweeney is a senior, and he's been highly recruited by Division I colleges. He's 6'3" and 235. He is one of the captains. Mike Zeller's through the middle, gets up to about the 20. He's going to be short of the first down. Stop was made by number 33, Joe Dunn. Another pickup of about 4 yards, making 3rd and 3. Clock continues to roll. We're at 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in this 3rd quarter. Princeton moving the ball. Big play for the Redskins. For the Redskin defense. 3rd and 3. Behind the line is hit and stopped.
Jeremy Struck on a stick. We have a late flag that flew in too, I think.
I hope it's not another face mask.
Either that or it might have been just a marker for the, yeah, that's what it was. It wasn't a flag. It was a beanbag to mark the spot from the referee. Great job by Jeremy Struck to stand him up and stop him for a loss.
Sorry, Brad.
That's a loss of 2. That'll bring up 4th and 3. Here we go again.
Obviously, this is 4 down territory. 4th and 3. Princeton has to get the ball to the 17-yard line for a first down. And they're going to put it up. There's a pass. The man's wide open in the end zone for a touchdown. That was number 88, Marlon Montgomery, who took that pass. And with 2:41 left here in the 3rd quarter, the Vikings have taken the ball and driven right down the field in this Redskin defense. And they now trail 7-6.
Big play here on that extra point. Freddie Woods and Aaron Zabo just got sucked in by so many runs up the middle that they didn't honor Montgomery. He just ran by him like they were standing still.
That was great play action that time by Andre Thomas.
Big play here. They missed a 17-yard or 22-yard field goal before.
And they are indeed going for the extra point to tie this ball game up. There's a high snap. The kick is down. It's placed. It's up. It's lined up, and it's good. So with 2:41 left here in the 3rd quarter, the Princeton Vikings have driven the length of the field, and they have tied the ball game up at 7-7.
Momentum has definitely shifted towards the Viking side, and you can tell by the Viking bench and their fans it's time for the Redskins to get the ball back, sustain a drive, and try to go ahead again.
That was a real nice pass by Andre Thomas on that touchdown pass.
He just laid it up and let Montgomery run underneath it.
So the fake punt is actually where I believe where the momentum started to shift a little bit, Brad.
Gutsy call by Coach Soriano, but I think he would do it again in that situation. Dunn just came up about a yard short. Another yard, and it would have been a big play for the Redskins.
So the Vikings will kick off. Deep to receive the kickoff for the Redskins is number 25, Fred Woods, and number 44, Jason Druso. And Druso had a nice run back on that opening kickoff of the second half. And they're going to look to maybe have good field position once again. Greg Ellis along with Brad Ellis, thanking you for joining us here at this big playoff game, and thanking the Anderson High School boosters for making this whole thing possible.
Number 14, Mike Connor to kick for the Vikings.
There's a high punt or kick. It's going to be fielded by Fred Woods. Gets to the 25.
Oh,
He's
no.
going to be hit and stopped short of the 25 at about the 23-yard line.
Nice open field tackle by number 29, William Lambert.
So the Redskins will take over 1st and 10 on their own 23 with 2:36 left here in this third quarter.
Looked like Fred tried to make a cut. When he stopped, he just was in Lambert's way, and Lambert took him down.
Redskins looking to put something together on offense here and try to eat up some of this clock and maybe get back on the board here.
Again, 2:25 left in the third quarter.
The handoff is to Joe Dunn through the middle, and he's going to be stopped after a gain of about 2 yards. See where they mark it. I believe that was Joe Dunn.
Yeah, it was.
They're going to mark it on the 26-yard line, call it a gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7.
Very important for the Redskins to sustain some kind of drive here.
Dunn the up back, Jason Druso is the tailback. And Druso has a handoff. He's coming on the left side.
Oh, man.
Nice tackle by number 97. That's Dante Hardy.
Again, you got to look at that momentum. It's definitely shifted, and the Redskins have to do something to quiet that momentum.
That's going to be a loss of about 4 yards all the way back to the Anderson 24-yard line.
22, 23, 22.
23. Whatever. It's 3rd and 11. Clock continues to roll. Druso now has 16 carries and only 37 yards.
Obviously his season low, and a nod your hat to the Viking defense.
Big play, 3rd and 11. Bell back to pass. He's being rushed. He's being
dumped.
dropped. There's a loose ball.
Oh, no.
Jason Bell went back to pass, and he was hit and dropped, and the ball popped loose. Let's see who's got it.
They're signaling the Redskin ball, I believe.
Spotter Ed Barth tells us that the Redskins did recover. But boy, what a big series for that Princeton defense.
I wouldn't look for any fake punts here, Greg. 4th and a bunch.
Jason Bell came off of that field limping, Brad. And that is a bad sign, I'll tell you what. Druso is back to punt again, and the Vikings are going to have a great field position. 4th and 20. They have 9 men on the line again. Here's a snap, the punt. He gets it away. It's going to bounce and take a Princeton bounce, and the Redskins will down it on the 41-yard line of Anderson. So Princeton with great field position, and with 24 seconds left here in this third quarter, the momentum has really shifted in a big-time way, Brad. I'll tell you what.
Just as important, they're still looking at Jason Bell on the sideline. Rocky Tacalvi from Wellington Sports taking a look at him, and Coach Soriano showing his concern also. Looks like they're looking at his left knee, Greg.
Well, he fell backwards as he was hit, attempting to pass, and he may have bent his knee. Here's the first play. It's going to be stopped for a loss of about a yard.
That was Anthony's right up the middle. Looked like the whole defensive line of the Redskins just stopped them short for a gain of about 1.
Kelly Anthony up to the 40-yard line, make it 2nd and 9. That was the last play of the third quarter. So our score after 3 quarters of play here in the state playoffs, it's the Anderson Redskins 7, the Princeton Vikings 7.
Redskins going to have to do something great to keep that momentum going.
The first order of business is stopping Princeton right now, but Princeton with great field position. Ball in Anderson territory on the 40-yard line. And as you said, they are still working on Jason Bell down there on the sidelines. And Mike Thuman is the backup quarterback. He was injured for a big part of the season, but he's obviously back. He made a big play on special teams early in the game.
He's down taking some snaps now from the center, Brett Harrison. Dr. Lahan, the team physician, is now taking a look at Jason Bell, and they're concerned it doesn't look good for Jason right now. Most important part now is just to the Anderson defense just to toughen up, stop that offense of the Vikings, get the ball back, and whether it be Bell or Thuman, you've got to get something going.
2nd and 9, ball on the 40-yard line. Andre Thomas, the quarterback. He's got Zellers and Anthony in the backfield. He pitches back to Zellers. Zellers around the right side. He's got a lot of room. Zellers still on the move.
Not going down, Greg. He broke 5 or 6 tackles.
Mike Zellers, with his biggest gain of the night, takes the ball all the way down to the Anderson 25-yard line. 14-yard gain for Zellers. He now has 72 yards on 16 carries. Telly Anthony has 75 yards on 16 carries, so the two of them together have close to 150 yards offense. 1st and 10, ball on the Anderson 25-yard line. Princeton in a bid to take the lead for the first time in this game. Handoff is to the up man. That's Telly Anthony. He's going to be hit and stopped after a gain of about 3 yards.
That's Joe Dunn on the stop, but also Thomas carrying the fake on an option, and Nate Cosman just put him about 5 yards back on his behind.
2nd and 7. No, we'll call it 2nd and 8. Gain of 2 on that play. 2nd and 8. Clock continues to roll. 11 minutes, 10 seconds left in this ball game. Thomas pitches back to Zellers. Zellers on the left side.
A lot of room.
Zellers cuts it in. He gets down close to the 6-yard line. We got a flag way back here at the line of scrimmage, Brad.
Let's bring it on back, Greg. The league holding on the Vikings.
Holding. What a big penalty.
You know, again, you talk about it. They've got a nice drive going, and everything's going their way. They're moving the ball, and something like that is often referred to as a rally killer. Let's bring it on back.
Telly Anthony took that pitch, and he had a lot of room on this left side. He got all the way down to the 6-yard line, but we're going to bring it back. They're still working on Jason Bell on the sideline.
Yeah, they're taping up his knee, Greg. It looks like he might have just stretched a little bit, and Rocky Takalvi, along with the other Wellington sports people, are taping him up, and looks like he's going to be able to play.
That's the 8th penalty against the Vikings. They'll make it 2nd and 18. They have to get the ball to the 15-yard line for a first down. Ball on the 32-yard line, and Thomas has got put up. He's looking deep. He throws. He's got his man complete. That's number 88. It's Marlon Montgomery who caught the touchdown pass earlier. Jason Druso brought him down.
Jason had a good chance of knocking that ball down, but he lost his footing and was just able to undercut him after he caught the ball. That'll still bring up 3rd and 7.
Here's a big play for the Redskin defense. Looks like 2-down territory. How many times have I said that?
Don't say it again.
I won't say it again.
Reggie Mills split left, Montgomery split right for the Vikings.
3rd and 7. They have to get to the 15-yard line. Ball on the 22. And Thomas has got pitted up. Oh, there's a flag. No play.
Dead ball foul.
Looks like it might have been against the Vikings again. A motion penalty, it looks like. Is that what it is?
I'm not going to call it until I see it. No legal procedure.
There we go.
Boy, I tell you what, Coach Mancuso on that Princeton side just must be really frustrated on the amount of penalties that the Vikings have racked up tonight.
That's 68 yards in penalties against the Vikings as opposed to 15 against the Redskins. Takes it back to the Anderson 26-yard line, brings up a 3rd and 11. 10 minutes exactly left in this ball game. Tie score 7-7. And Thomas is going to put it up. He fires.
Oh, Ted Brooks.
By Ted Brooks. Ted Brooks had a shot at that ball, but he did get his hands on it and knocked it down. And we're still watching Jason Bell on the sideline here. Looks like he's ready to suit up again. Clock stopped with 9:54 left in this ball game. 4th and 11. Ball on the Anderson 26-yard line.
They're going for it. I mean, that's all they can do down on the 26-yard line. You're not going to try a field goal.
Biggest play of the ball game.
Of the year.
4th and 11. See if the Redskins can get a rush in on this. Thomas back to pass. He's got lots of time. He throws.
Yeah!
Out the way.
Ted Brooks. Get up, Ted.
Ted Brooks and Joe Dunn were there. The pass is intended for number 23, Anthony Zellers.
Ted Brooks rising to the occasion. Great job by Brooks. You see in the Redskins bench going crazy. Biggest play of the year, and they rise to the occasion. The Redskins will take over on downs on their own 26. 9:48 left in the game. Nothing sweeter to do than to take. Mike Thuman is going in at quarterback for the Redskins.
Mike Thuman seeing his first action that we can remember.
Well, at quarterback, he's been on special teams. Druso or Jason Bell is ready. He's getting his helmet on. He'll probably just be Thuman will be in just for one play, it looks like, and Bell will take over again.
Thuman pitches to Druso, who cuts it back at the line, and he's going to be met there, and it's going to be brought down for no gain. Again, the big nose tackle, Ron Griswold, brought him down.
And again, it looks like there goes Jason Bell back into the game. A good sign for the Redskins. Let's see if he brings a little momentum to him. You know, it looks like the Redskins will have to go back to like a quick dive plays. The Princeton defense is just too quick, and they pursue too well.
9 minutes, 15 seconds left in this ball game. 2nd and 10. The hand is to the up back. That's
Chad Abel.
Chad Abel, who's ahead for about 5 yards. Let's see what they mark it now. It's about 3.
Kerry Williams, number 96, making the play for the Vikings.
Actually, it's about 2 yards.
Right, and right away we have a 3rd and 7.
We're under 9 minutes to play in this ball game, and this is a big 3rd down play for the Redskins.
We haven't seen those big runs or big plays by the Redskins tonight. I think it's about time we see one.
Third and 8. Redskins have to get the ball to the 37-yard line for a first down. Here's a hand to Druso on the counter.
Druso
ahead for a first down. Jason Druso took that handoff and cut over the right tackle and is ahead for the first down.
Nice job by the Redskins offensive line. Druso set up in the slot on the left side. It came around for a trap. Nice opening, takes up for a nice gain up to the 39 for a 1st and 10 Redskins.
The strong safety, John Baker, brought him down. Nice job, as you said, by an offensive line. 1st and 10, that was a big play. Ball on the Anderson 39-yard line. And there's a handoff to Joe Dunn through the middle. Joe Dunn up to about the 46-yard line.
There they go, back to that quick hitter, Greg. I hate to say that I called it, but...
You called that one again,
Okay,
Greg.
let's call it.
Number 56, Tellis Carr, brought him down. Big gain for Joe Dunn to 7 yards. Dunn now with 23 yards on 5 carries. And if there's ever any doubts that this Princeton defense could play defense, they're answered here tonight because they have played well. It didn't make sense, did it? 2nd and 3. And Bell hands to Druso. Druso's going to be hit and stopped at the line of scrimmage. Tackle was made by number 97, Dante Hardy. Brings up another 3rd down. And Jason's finding the going rough here tonight. He has 19 carries for 51 yards.
Jason's is going to find it tough with the defense that's so quick, like the Vikings. When he gets a ball deep in the eye like that, he likes to feel it out. But with the quickness of the Vikings, that's hard to do.
3rd and 4. They have to get the ball to the 49-yard line. And Jason Druso has the ball. He's coming on the right side. He's ahead.
Oh, man, we got a flag.
He's just short of the first down, I believe, but there is a flag, and it is a hold against Anderson. Let's see where they spot the ball.
Which will be big.
Because I don't believe he had the first down yardage.
No, but he's close enough that...
I think he's close enough to where Anderson would go for it on 4th down.
Well, I think they're going to take the penalty. It's close enough for Coach Mancuso and the Vikings to take the penalty.
7:02 left. 7-7.
They had to get walking the ball back. That'll bring up 3rd and 13.
See where they spot the ball. They can put it right on the Anderson 35-yard line. That's only the second penalty against the Redskins for 25 yards.
Actually, that's more close. That's closer to 3rd and 14. They have to get to the 49-yard line. We're now inside 7 minutes left in this ball game. It's 7-7 here at Barnett Stadium in Middletown, Ohio.
Hasn't been a turnover yet, Brad. We don't want to turn over this end of the field, I tell you. I don't think we'd look for a quick punt in something like this.
No. They need to sustain some kind of gain.
3rd and 14. And Jason Bell back to pass. He's looking deep. He throws. Steve Sumner makes the catch.
Oh, no.
Steve Sumner got his hands on that ball, but he couldn't hang on.
That was thrown a little bit behind Steve, and it was the slippery conditions. He just couldn't stop.
That would have been a big play for the Redskins. Just goes incomplete. That was a tough ball to throw on the run. Jason Bell had some pressure.
He had some pressure. He rolled out. He made a nice throw on a run, but just a little bit behind Steve Sumner, and he couldn't stop and catch the ball.
So Druso will be back to punt. Line of scrimmage, the Anderson 35-yard line. Once again, the Vikings will have good field position.
Vikings going for the block.
There's a good snap. And he gets a punt away. It's not a long punt. It takes a bad bounce for the Redskins. It'll be down on the 43-yard line of Princeton. Not a long punt at all. That was a 22-yard punt.
Well, it's so cold. It's really hard to kick the ball.
So Princeton, with 6:19 left on the clock, will take over. 1st and 10 on their own 43-yard line.
Steve Sumner mad at himself, showing some anger on the sidelines, just, frustrated not catching the ball. First one over to tell him to keep his head up, though, is Coach Soriano. What a motivator he's been here at Anderson High School.
Well, you can't say enough about the job he's done. Speaking as an Anderson alumni, we all appreciate the job he has done bringing football back to the Forest Hill School District. 1st and 10, ball on the Princeton 44. There's a handoff to Mike Zellers, who's ahead about the 46-yard line. Gain of about 2 yards. Tackles made by a host of Anderson defenders.
Jeff Haast and Ted Brooks there. Ted Brooks has played a great game for the Redskins tonight.
Actually, they're going to call it more like a gain of 3, make it 2nd and 7. Ball on the Princeton 46-yard line. Thomas is going to keep the ball. He's ahead. He's still got the ball. He's ahead to the 1st down.
Yeah, that's 1st down.
Andre Thomas, that's not the first time we've seen that. He kept the ball, went around the right side for a 1st down. Jason Druso finally brought him down.
Somebody has to attack him on that option like that. Again, we're talking about he fakes to one side, then turns around, runs the option to the back side. And somebody's got to crash down and make him pitch the ball.
One thing we haven't talked about is a lot of these guys on Anderson play both ways, and Princeton has nobody playing both ways. So, could be a fatigue factor. I don't know. 1st and 10, ball on the Anderson 46-yard line. Thomas keeps the ball. He pitches back to Zellers. I'm sorry, that's Anthony. He's right out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Nice job by number 25, Fred Woods, who played out the block and knocked Anthony out of bounds for a short gain.
Call a gain of 2, make it 2nd and 8.
Gain to 3, 2nd and 7.
All right, gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Clock stopped at 5:07 left.
They get more than you think. I tell you, they look like they're not getting any yardage at all, but they're getting a couple yards at every play.
2nd and 7. Scoreboard says 8.
Okay.
There's a handoff to Anthony, who gets to about the 39-yard line. No, about the 40-yard line. He stopped.
Jamie Mons, the first one to hit him there.
Just noticed on the sideline, Brad, Jason Bell appears to be limping still. That's 19 carries for Telly Anthony for 83 yards.
Jason's a gamer. He'll be there.
3rd and 4. Here's a big play for the Redskin defense. 4 minutes, 30 seconds left.
There you go.
We'll take that.
There you go.
We'll take that. We'll take that any day of the week.
Let's make it a 3rd and 9 instead. What do you think?
Not a whole lot of discipline shown by that Princeton offensive line that time. That is their 10th penalty in this game.
For 73 yards.
Looks like I might bring up a passing down here.
Well, it looks like the Princeton Vikings are accusing the Redskins of barking out signals, and that's why they jumped. And if they did, more power to them.
3rd and 10. Here's a big play. Princeton has to get the ball to the Anderson 36-yard line for a first down. And they're on their feet here on this Anderson side. Thomas back to pass. He's got all kinds of time. He throws, and it's overthrown.
Nice job by Druso. He's there anyway. Knocked the ball down.
Marlon Montgomery was the intended receiver, but the ball goes incomplete.
4th and 10.
And interesting call by Coach Mancuso. Boy, I'm telling you, that is the 15th time that Thomas has put the ball up. He's 5 for 15 now. More passes and attempts than I expected. Looks like they're bringing the punting team on, and the Vikings are going to punt the ball away. At least that's what it appears to be. This is about the same spot on the field where the Redskins try to fake punt in the first half. Or, I'm sorry, in the third quarter. On the punt is number 87. That's Shea Comfort. We'll see if it is a punt. Back to receive is Steve Sumner and Jason Druso. And it is a punt. Ooh, almost blocked.
Chris Haywood.
Steve Sumner takes that ball. He's got, oh my gosh, he had one man to beat on this side.
That's Reggie Mills making a tackle. Sumner doing a flip in the air, but he did a good job of catching the ball on the run, and we've got field position at the 32 with 4:03 left in the game.
4:03. Redskins with the ball on their own 32-yard line, and they want to put something together. What a ball game this has been. Redskins hanging right in.
This is it, Greg. This is 4 years culminating for these seniors right here.
Jason Bell still right back in there. And he hands to Druso through the middle. Jason Druso with some balls. Jason Druso with some room to run there through the middle of that line.
He's got a gain of 4, but more importantly, man, he could have had a gain of a lot more if he had made that that cut. His feet just went out from underneath him. That'll bring up 2nd and 5, and Druso now's up to 20 carries for 56 yards.
2nd and 5. A hand to Druso to the right side. Druso is a head close to the first down. Jason Druso took that handoff deep in his backfield as he's done so many times this season. And he's ahead close to the first down. The tackle's made by number 96, Kerry Williams.
Got an injured player for the Redskins. That's number 37, Chad Abel. He's going to have to come out.
Kevin Pelcha is back in. Kevin saw a lot of action earlier in the year. And they're going to mark it. Well, they're bringing the chains in to see if Anderson got the first down. Clock stopped at 3 minutes and 12 seconds left in this ball game. Princeton has run the ball up and down this field.
First down, Redskins.
All right.
First down.
So the Redskins with a first down, the ball on their own 42-yard line. And now the clock becomes a little bit of a factor. Redskins have all 3 of their timeouts left. But they're going to have to move the ball. They do have a good kicker in Dave Lawrence. 1st and 10. Hand off to Druso through the middle of the line. Druso ahead to about the 45-yard line, a gain of 3. It looked like there was more there than there actually was. Tackle was made by number 56, Tellis Carr, who's made several tackles here in the second half.
That offensive line all year has done a great job, anchored by the center, Brett Harrison, number 63. And they just continue to drive and push and just work real hard all year and all night here tonight to open up those holes for the backs.
2 minutes, 38 seconds left. 2nd and 6, ball on the 45-yard line.
Pelcha still up in the eye back for the Redskins.
Hand is to Pelcha. He's ahead for about maybe a gain of 1. Kevin Pelcha took that quick handoff, and there was nothing there. Tackle was made by number 96, Kerry Williams.
Every play is a big one now, Greg, with 2:15 left in the fourth quarter. Every play becomes a big one. Chad Abel back in the game with Brad Ackle. Kevin Pelcha out. Druso deep in the eye with Chad Abel, the up back. Brad Ackle and Steve Sumner split right.
Big play. The hand to Druso. Druso's on the right side. Jason Druso is close to the first down.
He's going to be a little short, but this will be a fourth and a short one.
Let's see where they mark it. The clock continues.
They might want to call a timeout here and talk about it.
Well, the thing is, if they go for it and don't get it, they're giving Princeton the ball with pretty good field position.
Well, they're not. There's not a choice of whether or not to go for it. With a minute 36 left in a game, left in your season, possibly you're going to go for it. And if you don't make it from here, 4th and 1, then Princeton deserves a ball. And then you got to look to your defense just to suck it up and stop the defense of the Princeton Vikings.
We could be staring at overtime here. Don't know. Jason Druso.
I hope they turn up the heat then.
Jason Druso took that handoff and got very close to the first down, but as you said, he's a little bit less than a yard shy of that first down.
Looks like they're lining up to punt, Greg. No, they're not. That might have been a little momentum. That might a little bit of psychology on Coach Soriano's part, sending his punt team in, say, no, we got to punt, but now they say, no, forget it, we can do this.
So this is absolutely the play that play of the high school career.
This will be the play that every one of these kids remember. They put in Ted Brooks as a power back. Joe Dunn up front with Druso and the deep in the eye.
They have to get it just past the 49 for a first down. Druso.
He's got
the first down. He's just.
Well, they better give it to him. That's a terrible mark if they don't give it to him.
That is an absolutely horrid mark. Let's see if they got the first down.
Just motion for it.
They're impounding the players now. The clock has stopped at the minute 31. Boy, that is not a good mark.
I think it's a first down too, though.
But I don't care. It still was a bad mark. They're going to bring the chains in and see.
I think it's a first down because if Princeton didn't think it was, their offense would be on the field. The Redskins' offense is still on, and the defense for the Vikings is still on. First down, Redskins.
First down.
You saw a pumped-up Jason Bell give it to us. First down with a minute 31 left in the game.
Once again, the clock becomes a major player in this game.
Redskins down to 2 timeouts now. Might want to try to get the ball to the outside now.
But keep in mind, Jason Bell is limping.
He's fine. He doesn't feel that thing right now.
1st and 10. The clock continues to roll. The ball on the Princeton 48-yard line.
Redskins have 4 receivers, including tight end on this side, Joe Dunn, Sabo, Sumner, and
the pitch is to Bell.
Go, look!
Druso,
go! Come back again! Oh, yes! Oh, my gosh.
Complete. Oh, my God.
We got a flag back here.
There's a flag way back. Jason Druso took that pitch and put it up intended for Steve Sumner. He was wide open, but Jason Druso couldn't get a handle on the ball, and it's going to be academic anyway because the penalty is going to be against the Redskins.
Yeah, it's illegal motion. Nice play by the Redskins. If it hadn't been so cold and Druso could have thrown that ball, Sumner was wide open. He made a great attempt to come back and catch the ball, but came up a little bit short, and that was immaterial just because of the illegal motion.
There's a minute 10 left. The clock has stopped.
Well, the Vikings have declined the penalty. Instead of taking the yardage back, they've taken it down, giving the Redskins one less down to get the ball down the field.
That's an interesting call, I'll tell you. 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at a minute 10. They hand to Druso on a counter. Druso with a blocker in front.
Oh, man.
He gets up to about the 43-yard line where he's going to be stopped shy of the first down. They have to get to the 39 for a first down.
Mario Strayhorn on a tackle for the Vikings just came in and just about took his head off.
Actually, there's a gain of only 4 yards. Make it 3rd and 6. The clock continues to roll, and there's 40 seconds left in this ball game. 3rd and 6. Bell has the ball.
Oh, man, come get it.
Oh, incomplete. Intended for Steve Sumner.
It's just hard to get to feel the ball in there.
Jason Bell kept that ball. He had a little bit of room to run, I thought, but he put it up, and was that Steve Sumner?
Yeah.
Just
49 seconds left, 4th and 6. Yeah, we might be staring at overtime, Greg.
Well, if there was ever a time that a team's going to try to block a punt, it's right here, I'll tell you what.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not going to punt it.
You don't think
Heck no, they're not going to punt it, Greg.
Okay, well, they're going for it on 4th down with 29 seconds left. They have to get to the 38-yard line of Princeton. And they put it up. It falls incomplete, intended for, ready for Nate Cosman. And with 26 seconds left in this ball game, Princeton will take over. And they will have 26 seconds to try to put some points on this board and win this game.
I tell you, Nate Cosman had a hard time getting out, and he was looking for a penalty for holding him up, but no call on the play. Vikings will take over with 26 seconds left. Interesting to see what they're going to do here, Greg, with 26 seconds left, and the ball close to midfield at their own 44.
They have had some success passing the ball. They're 5 for 15. Redskins in that prevent defense. Fans on their feet. And Thomas got put it up. He's got all kinds of time. He goes far down the field. Incomplete. Intended for number 88, Marlon Montgomery.
Thomas had some pressure on him that time by Jeff Hast, and he hit him just as he threw the ball. Druso back on defense. Clock's down to 20 seconds. 2nd and 10 on the 44-yard line.
What a ball game. 7-7.
Nobody's left, Greg. This place is still packed as the temperature drops.
2nd and 10. 20 seconds left. Princeton with the ball on their own 44-yard line.
Reggie Mills this side, Marlon Montgomery the other side, and they give it to
Mike Zellers. Zellers stopped short of the first down.
They're going to call a timeout.
And the Redskins call
No.
Vikings call timeout. 11 seconds left in regulation in this ball game. And Princeton did indeed take a timeout. Zellers took that handoff, picked up about 3 yards before Jason Druso brought him down.
Look for...
I'm sorry, it was Ted Brooks who brought him down.
Look for a Hail Mary, possibly, that with 11 seconds left.
Well, look for a Hail Mary and no flags. 11 seconds left.
Yeah, any kind of defensive flag will continue the game for one play. So the Redskins want to be careful not to get a penalty.
Well, the final rankings in the paper said that these two teams were this close. Anderson ranked 2nd, Princeton 3rd. And you can't get a better ball game than this, 7-7 with 11 seconds left.
As we start to lose our vision up here.
Yeah, we sure do.
Wind is fogging up. Savicki and Marlon Montgomery split left with number 82, Gary Crowley, split right.
This might be the last play of the game, depending on how long it takes to set up. Andre Thomas calling the signals. Anderson fans shouting defense. There's a flag. What was that? Delay a game, maybe? They're going to march it backwards, whatever it is.
Yeah, it's still a game.
That's 11 penalties for 78 yards.
They call it a false start. Somebody must have moved.
Yeah, that just makes 5 yards further. Now they spot the ball on the 42-yard line of Anderson. I'm sorry, of Princeton 42-yard line. 3rd down, 11 seconds left.
Middle.
Handoff is inside to number 23. Anthony is still on the go. He gets up to about the 37-yard line.
The clock didn't move. The clock did not move. There's somebody wrong in the press box up here. Hopefully they're keeping the clock on the field.
According to the clock on the scoreboard, that play took 2 seconds. Brian Herford pushed him out of bounds. The official, I think, is pointing to the fact that he has the time on the clock. Now they're only going to say that play took 5 seconds as they mark the clock at 6.
Well, somebody up in his press box needs to be talked to.
That is an absolutely awful call. 6 seconds left, and so Princeton will have at least one more play. They got the ball on the 38-yard line of Anderson. And Thomas is back to pass. He's looking way downfield. He throws. And it's knocked away. Marlon Montgomery had a shot at that ball. It falls incomplete.
And that's the end of the regulation.
And that is it. We will play overtime in the playoffs.
Well, anybody who had any doubts about the Anderson Redskins shouldn't have any anymore. They say they showed they can play with the big boys tonight, and whether they win or lose, they can certainly hold their heads high. Coach Soriano's there, and you can see him on the screen there pumping his players and the fans up. How proud they can be of the way the Redskins have played tonight.
Our score at the end of regulation is Anderson 7, Princeton 7. And now the most important thing is going to be the coin flip. Our four-quarter stats, thanks to our statistician Steve Martin. Jason Bell 3 for 8 for 21 yards passing. And the Redskins as a team have 124 yards on the ground. Princeton, on the other hand, is 5 for 17 passing for 54 yards. And they have 218 yards on the ground. So Princeton clearly with the advantage in the statistics, but the most important thing is that scoreboard, and it says 7-7.
A couple of big plays. Well, you can go down to the first drive of the game when the Princeton Vikings drove it down and tried a 22-yard field goal. It failed, and that would have been a difference in the game. But they also were stopped on a 4th and 5 late in the game, or late in the first half.
I'll tell you what, if we don't get somebody in here to clean these windows, we're not going to be able to see the play ourselves.
You see Jason Bell right in the middle of that Redskins huddle, being the on-the-field, off-the-field leader that he is, pumping his players up.
As we said earlier, Jason was hurt on a sack midway through that fourth quarter, and he is really talking to that team. He is fired up.
See number 84, Nate Cosman, number 1, Jason Bell, going out, along with number 53, Jeff Hass, and 33, Joe Dunn.
Once again, we want to thank the Anderson High School boosters. Can't say it enough. If it wasn't for their support, we wouldn't be giving you this game right here on Warner Ramax Channel 7. And we do appreciate it, and we think you're enjoying the game as much as we are. Redskins attempting to advance in the playoffs, where they would play the winner of the St. X Clayton Northmont game. Well, the winner of this game will play them, and we sure hope it's Anderson. We're waiting for Princeton's captains to come on the field for the coin flip. And that's a big play in this game, this coin flip is going to be. Boy, I tell you what, it is cold outside. A lot of the snow is melted on the field, except in the end zones. So we can see the yard markers a little bit better.
There's Dante Hardy and Zach Sweeney for Princeton out to take the flip also.
Here's a flip.
They're talking to Jason. Looks like we won the ball.
I hope we do. They're talking to Jason. Let's see. No emotion showed by either team yet.
If it's a regulation, in the regular season, Greg, they flip it, and whoever wins the ball, or wins the toss, will take the ball and attempt to go in from the 20-yard line. They place the ball on the 20-yard line. You get it's just like a regular game from then on. It's 1st and 10, and you can't get a first down, and you can go from there. And if the first team with the ball scores, the other team gets a chance to tie it up, which is sometimes you're better off being the second team with the ball. Which it might have been. We can't tell from up here, but Bell might have won that flip and deferred to Princeton to let them try to score first, putting the pressure on them.
Well, regardless, it looks like Princeton's going to have first possession here in this overtime. We just got the word that St. X has defeated Clayton Northmont 46-0.
That's no surprise.
So the winner of this game will keep it in Cincinnati. At least the teams will.
The game will probably be at Welcome Stadium in University of Dayton.
But St. X will play the winner of this game. And St. X, of course, unanimous #1 in the city, went undefeated as well as the Redskins. And they played a real hard schedule and did not lose a game.
Redskins defense getting their last-minute instructions on the biggest series of downs in those young men's lives.
Well, you can't ask for much more. 7-7, a game going into overtime. Fans really getting their money's worth here, as we all are. So the Redskins will take over, or I'm sorry, Princeton will have first possession with the ball on the 20-yard line, as Brad told you earlier. We'll watch for play action. That touchdown pass, the only score for Princeton, was set up on the nice play action by Andre Thomas. And the Redskin defensive players motioning, want some help from these fine Anderson fans.
Here we go.
And they are on their feet here at Barnett Stadium. 1st and 10, ball on the Anderson 20-yard line for Princeton. Our first play goes.
Oh my gosh!
Mike Zellers is going to be hit. Boy, that's a nice surge by the offensive line. He was hit at the line of scrimmage.
Joe Dunn left his feet and just nailed him.
But nevertheless, Zellers moves forward for a gain of about 3. We'll call it 2nd and 7. They spot the ball on the Anderson 17-yard line. He was stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but I tell you, they just kept moving, and he picked up 3 yards. 2nd and 7. They're on their feet here.
Pass.
Thomas is back to pass. He's got a lot of room to run on this side. He throws into the end zone, and the ball goes incomplete.
Nice job by Drew. So he's there on the play, right with him.
Marlon Montgomery was the intended receiver, and he is down in the corner of that end zone. Sorry, Brad. He is, as you can see on your screen, he is down. That pass was intended for Marlon Montgomery, who caught that touchdown pass early in the game. And what a nice play by Jason Druso to knock that ball away.
Dr. Lahan in the corner of the picture there, he indicated to the Vikings trainers that it looked like a knee might have popped out of place by Reggie Mills.
That was a nice pass on the run by Andre Thomas.
Hey, he can throw the ball. It's a good thing Druso played that perfectly. He's right there in position.
He was right there.
Well, now he's fine and he's running off the field.
Maybe it wasn't a knee injury. But that'll bring up a 3rd and 7. 3rd and 7 with the ball on the 17-yard line. And Thomas keeps the ball. He pitches it back to Zellers. Zellers still on the move. He's stopped on the 15-yard line.
That'll bring up 4th and 5 to 15. What is that, like a 32-yard field goal? I don't think they're going to try a field goal. Well, there they are. Here it comes.
Jason Druso, number 44, and number 33, Joe Dunn, brought him down.
Mike Connor coming in to attempt a field goal.
This would be a 32-yard attempt if it is indeed a field goal attempt.
I don't know why they'd stand line up and fake it.
What a nice series for the Anderson defense, rising to the occasion.
That's number 8, Adam Winston, going to put the ball down.
There's a snap. The ball's kicking. It's up. It's long enough.
No good.
And
oh, man. Nice kick by Connor.
That ball looked like it might have been wide left, but obviously the referees had a better angle on it than we did. And
that's all right. The Redskins get the ball back, and then they'll take over at the 20 going in again. And you got to think that David Lawrence has just as good, if not better, of a foot than Connor. And they can either tie it up or take it in for a touchdown to win this one.
But a touchdown would win the game for Anderson. What an exciting finish to this game. We hope you're still with us. I can't imagine anybody turning this game off.
Well, nobody's certainly left on this side, I'll tell you that much.
The Redskins 20 yards from advancing in this state playoff.
Here we go. Freddie Wood split right. Hines and Kosman, the tight ends. Joe Dunn in the middle.
Druso the back. And there's a hand to Druso. Druso trying to pick his holes. He's through up to about the 13-yard line. Jason Druso took that handoff deep in his backfield, picked his holes nicely, used his blockers, and picked up. Let's see where they marked the ball. Looks like he got up to about the 13-yard line.
14.
They were marking on the 14, called a gain of 6. So this is further than Princeton advanced on their possession. 2nd and 4. Druso on the right side. Druso gets ahead.
First down. First
over
and
the
goal.
10-yard line to about the 9. It'll be a first down for Anderson. And they signal a first down. And listen to these fans on this side.
Man, there you see the excited Anderson bench. They're fired up.
First and goal on the 9. Ball on the 9-yard line. What a game. Hand off to Druso on the left side. Druso still on the move. Jason Druso went high in the air. He got down to about the 6-yard line. It'll be second and goal on the 6. Let's see where they mark it. They do mark it on the 6. Pickup of 3 for Jason. Make it 2nd and 6.
Most important thing here is, Greg, is to protect that ball, any kind of turnover over at all. And it's Katie bar the door. The season's over for the Redskins.
Second and goal on the 6-yard line.
If they fail to take it in, then it's and we kick a field goal, we start over again at the 20.
Druso with a handoff. He's hit and stopped. He's still on the move, but he's going to be brought down well shy of the first down. It looks like a no gain.
I tell you what, they just have too much pursuit to run that kind of delay play.
Well, they mark it right at the line of scrimmage. Actually, they mark it on the 5-yard line.
Third and goal at the 5.
Third and goal at the 5. So we'll see what happens with now they mark it. It's on the 5-yard line. Third and goal. Big play for the Redskins.
Freddie Wood split right.
Attempting to win this game. And Bell hands to Druso. Druso to the middle. He's close to the goal line. Let's see where they mark it at. Oh my gosh, they're going to mark it on the
What are you doing now? What are you doing now?
Line. What are you going to do, Brad?
I say we go for it.
Let's see where they mark it at. Boy, that was as close to the goal line as you could get.
Well, I don't know. They're going to call a timeout and talk about it, obviously. Here you see Bell's going to motion for a timeout. I don't know how close it is. It's so hard to see how close it is from this side.
We'll see if we can look on our monitor here. 4th and goal.
Well, I tell you, from the position of the yard marker across the field, they can't be more than a foot short of it. What do you do here, Greg?
Well, what do you do? Do you go for it?
I don't care how you score, just score.
I mean, did you go for the touchdown?
Oh, God, yeah, you don't have any choice.
This is the season for the Redskins.
You never second guess this one, Greg. You just go for it.
You're right. You got to go for this. And that Princeton defense has played so well tonight. So many stops. So many no gains. All we need is about 18 inches from any one of those backs, and the Redskins will advance to play St. X.
Boy, and it's cold here. I'll tell you that right now.
Boy, regardless of what happens, the Redskins can be absolutely proud of their effort here tonight.
You certainly want, I would think that you want something quick right up the middle. You don't want to, even though Jerusalem's been your back all year, I would say you want to get it in there quick. Of course, I'll be wrong. I don't care how they get it in.
As you said earlier, Brad, there's a play that these guys are going to remember the rest of their lives, and this is it right here. 4th and 18 inches to advance in the state playoffs for the Redskins. Druso.
Yeah! Druso wins! Druso wins! The Redskins win and continue on in the playoffs! Bedlam on the field! Bedlam on the field!
Bedlam in the booth! Bedlam in the booth! Jason Druso took that handoff, went over the right side, and the Anderson Redskins are advancing in the state playoffs to play at St. X next Saturday night at Welcome Stadium. What a game! Look at those Anderson fans. Oh my gosh, I don't know if you could hear our call. We were so excited in this booth. Brad has left the booth. He's going to run down the field and try to talk to some of the players. What a game for the Anderson Redskins. Oh my gosh. Jason Druso, they've gone to him all year. They needed 18 inches. He got it for him. He took the handoff, and he barely got into that end zone. And the Anderson Redskins, in their first playoffs in the history of the school, will advance to the second round of the state playoffs to play St. Xavier. Boy, what an unbelievable game. Jason Druso. Druso was held well under his yardage for the night, but he got the yards when they needed him. And I'll tell you, one of the best games we've seen in a long time, reminiscent of that Anderson Turpin game last year. But boy, oh boy, the word is going to be out that the Anderson Redskins are for real, as they have defeated this strong Princeton team here tonight, 13-10. Actually, there was very little question as to what the Redskins were going to do after Druso got it down to the 1 yard line, whether or not they were going to go for the touchdown or not. And well, I tell you what a bunch of happy players for this Redskin team. Once again on the game, Druso carried the ball 25 times and had 74 yards. Not the numbers we expect out of Jason Druso, but what a great defense he was going up against tonight here in this Princeton Viking team. And boy, he got the yards when they needed it. And what a gutty performance by him and Jason Bell, who was injured halfway through the fourth quarter. And he gutted it out. He stuck in there. He came back and led his team to the victory. And the Anderson Redskins have defeated the Princeton Vikings 13-10. We're going to look to see if we can get Brad. Brad, who's on the field, he's going to try to talk to some of the players. But as you can see, it's bedlam on the field as the Redskins have defeated Princeton 13-10. And I'm sure there's going to be some surprised people out there in the Cincinnati sports community when they see the final score of this game. Jason Druso took that handoff and would not be denied. That Princeton team showing a lot of effort here tonight. Both those backs, Zellers and Anthony, had good nights. Both of them getting close to 100 yards. And they actually dominated the stats. They really ran the ball well on the Redskins here tonight. But they didn't convert when they had to. And just as big as that play by Jason Druso was the fact that Anderson defense held them on their possession in overtime. And they had 3 plays, and they only gained 5 yards, Princeton did. They had to settle for the field goal and forced Anderson to score a touchdown to win the game, which they obviously did do. Once again, a great big thanks goes to the Anderson High School boosters who got us here, actually, who without their help, we wouldn't have given you this game here tonight. And we've seen a lot of alumni at this game from Anderson, and boy, they're all fired up as well as I am. And Brad, of course, graduated from Anderson as I did, and as did the spotter Ed Barr, the statistician Steve Martin. All of us are Anderson alumni, and we appreciate Warner Cable for allowing us to bring you these games. And boy, it's been just a ton of fun, and we look forward to maybe bringing you a game next week against the St. X Bombers, and what a test that'll be. I've talked to several people who have said that St. X team just has a defense that you can't run against. And of course, Anderson couldn't run real well against this Princeton defense here tonight, but they did it when they had to, and that's the most important thing. You can see on the field the Anderson team so fired up. The band is out there playing, and there was as many people at this game, although it was all up here in Middletown on this cold, snowy night. There was as many Anderson fans in these stands here as there was for the opening game way back against McNick back in August. And I'm sure we'll see them again next week up in Dayton. And they are a big part of the success of this program that Vince Suriano has turned around. And what a job done by that man. I'll tell you, he has brought football back to the Anderson High School program, and all the credit in the world should be given to him. And let's see, I think Brad has a very happy coach, Vince Suriano on the field, and Brad is going to talk to him in just a minute here. Let's go to Brad on the field.
Great job. Thank you. Kids played a great game. I thought it was a great defensive game. I don't think either one of us moved the ball extremely well. We moved it a little bit between the 20s. You know, it was a defensive game. I'm just glad we were able to do some of the things that we did there in overtime.
Your defense bent, but it didn't break, Coach.
Yeah, defense played a great game against a good offensive football team.
Gutsy call, I guess, on a 4th and goal.
You know, that was kind of a consensus. It wasn't all me. It was the consensus of the players and the coaches. The kids came up screaming over, we want to go for it. We're going for it. I wasn't sure if I wanted to go for the field goal or not. And they said, we're this far, let's go for it.
Right.
I said, okay. Then we had to decide what we wanted to run. And we went unbalanced. We hadn't gone unbalanced the whole game. We had used unbalanced in other games, and we went unbalanced, and it worked.
Well, Coach, next week you have St. X.
Is that who we have?
St. X blew out Clayton Northmont 46-0. You'll probably play them next week at University of Dayton Welcome Stadium.
We'll be ready. I'm sure it'll be a good football game. We'll be ready.
You certainly quieted the doubters tonight, Coach. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Jamie Mize, congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Great job by the defense tonight.
Yeah, well, I think we just realized our potential tonight, and we proved that we could play with the big boys, and we just went out and played.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk of that you guys are not that good of a league. You haven't played a big schedule. You don't have the playoff experience like the Vikings do. You didn't let that affect your thinking, though, did you?
No, it didn't. As I said before, we realized our potential, and every week this team, it's amazing. It just keeps getting better. We keep improving, and you know, there's just no question what we're going to do.
You guys have been together for 4 years now. You've only lost one game. It looks like you guys just don't want to quit.
We don't. The team unity is amazing on this team. You wouldn't believe it. Nobody gets down on each other. We're behind each other 100%, and we just go out and do it.
Congratulations, JB. We'll see you next weekend in St. X.
Thank you.
Jason, come on in, man.
How you doing?
First off, how's your knee?
It's okay. I live.
We saw you on the side getting taped up. Looked like you might have stretched a little bit. We had some concerns about how you felt. I told him up in the booth you couldn't even feel the pain, could you?
Once, no. At first, well, I got my ankle held onto and cut, and then just as you don't even think about it. I don't even know what to say about it.
How about your defense, man?
Incredible, incredible. From the start to finish, every game, every year, they come out and nothing stops them. You know, we come out with the attitude, we're going to win the game. We'll do whatever it takes to do it. When the time comes, we get in there and we get it done.
Again, we've talked about with the other guys, you had a lot of doubters. I think we've quieted the doubters tonight.
Yeah, I think, you know, what other people have said, doubters, has not mattered to us. We come out, prepare for every team like they're Notre Dame, and we go as it comes. There's nothing else we can do about it. That's just, we're here to win, and we'll do anything to do it.
Next Saturday, the St. X have beat Clayton Northmont 46-0. You play the Bombers. Do you know anything about the Bombers?
All I know is they got some speed, and I know a few of them on the team. They live near me, and that's about it. As far as they're concerned, again, we're going to go in and we're going to prepare hard like we do every week, and a good Lord willing, we're going to get out there, and it's going to be another great game.
Congratulations, Jason. We'll see you next week, too. Joe Dunn. Let's speak like this every week. What do you think?
I love it.
Great job by the defense.
Yeah, defense did good. It was a defensive effort.
Now, when they took it in overtime on first and 10 on a 20, you stopped them, and they went for a field goal, which is big for them. You stopped them. The offense came back and did a job. Was there any doubt in your mind on whether or not to go for it on 4th and goal down there?
Coach Sariano wanted to kick the field goal, and I know I personally told him, let's go, and everyone else told him. Everyone believed in each other.
We talked about it up in the booth. We didn't want to go for the field goal either. For one, we're awful cold up there. For another, we just thought that, you know, you guys had the momentum. You could take it in. There's no doubt about it. We didn't want to go for it and live by whatever happened and take it into next week. Joe, great game. We'll see you next week against St. X. Nate, my man.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
Great.
Feeling pretty good these days, huh?
Yeah.
Right about now?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Hey, again, the defense did a great job. Their backs are awful good. Probably the best backs you guys have faced all year.
We faced Mark Edwards, is probably a little bit better, but their front line, their offensive line is just big and they're powerful. They were blowing us off the ball, getting 3 or 4 yards a shot. It was a tough road to hoe against.
Best team you've played this year.
Definitely best team I've ever played against.
Well, you'll play against another good one next week in St. X. St. X blew out Clayton Northmont, and you'll play them next week. I guess like Coach Sirianni said again tonight, you won't do anything different. You'll prepare like another team, just like another team, and go into it just like another game.
Right. We feel we can beat anybody. We just got to go out and play every game, come out hard again next week, and fall where it may, you know.
A tight bunch of seniors this year. You've only lost one game in 4 years. You guys done a great job.
Yeah. It's been our dream since we were 9 years old to get to this point, and we just got a couple more games left to do what we've been talking about.
I think you wanted to say something to somebody about a dedication.
We dedicated this one to Bill Ellis. He's our man. He should have been here tonight. This one was for you, bud.
And my dad, too. Great guy. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
From Barnett Stadium here in Middletown, we'll see you next week when the Redskins take on the St. X Bombers from University of Dayton, Welcome Stadium. So long. We'll see you next week.
Once again, our final score was Anderson 13, Princeton 10. We'll see you next week thanks to the Anderson High School Boosters, who will sponsor us again next week, and we will bring you that game from Welcome Stadium in Dayton. Thanks again go to our spotter, Ed Barth, our statistician, Steve Martin, our cameraman, Mark Mayhall, and our producer, Tim Pennington. For the rest of the gang, I'm Greg Ellis for Brad Ellis. Join us next week here on Warner Cable as the Anderson Redskins advance to round 2 to the state playoffs and take on the St. X Bombers. See you next week.
I mean, they may motion one way with the blocking wall. Oftentimes on films, I see him follow the motion and cut it back against the grain for most of his big yards.
We're going to come back to action here. We had an official's timeout for a little equipment check there. Anderson spreading 2 wideouts out. Number 2 coming our way here. We'll have to watch. That's Steve Sumner. Bell going to take the drop. Bell going to roll out. Bell going to look for Sumner. No, he passes over the middle. And a nice catch there is made by number 49 for the Redskins, Pat Hines. And we're going to see this one on replay.
Did Hines do a marvelous catch or what? Great faking by Bell. Bell puts the ball on his hip. Plus, look at this dive. He dives, catches the ball, pulls it into his body. Nice team. Nice